WIFTPM.
Ladies Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like me said. Randy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we're about 60 years old. I be done had a heart.
You gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that? Yeah.
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this thing.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Reach the Ruler, Maze Jackson. This is the Reparations interlude. We not asking, we demand it. So go on, make my payments high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Look, check it out. First drug lord was President Nixon. Oval Office was the trap house where he was tipping. Got the drugs from Nicaragua and gave us crack. Declared war on blacks. Man, tell him to cut the check and try to make it seem like a revolution. CIA was the corner boys for distribution. We could tear this country in half for retribution. But I'd rather get some restitution, so tell him to cut the check. John Singleton, man, he already told y'all. He broke it down for you when he made Snowfall. They locked us all up and created whole laws. So send a message like a cold call. Tell them to cut the check. Look, we built this city. We built this city back. Put this country together and gave them hella aid. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Over 400 years. Been punching the clock, but yeah, we still ain't got paid. Look, they paying the immigrants. They paid the Jews. Executive orders, man, they made the rules. I want my 40 acres, you can save the mule. Cause as of right now, we getting played for the fool. Look, for sterilization, Tuskegee experiment. Roads Rosewood Japanese internment. Come on, was all paid out from the government. We waiting on our turn, we definitely earned it. So make my payment ha 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 ha. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them ha 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 ha. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it ha 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 ha. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them ha 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 ha. Not no stimulus checks, just run the bread, make it ha. Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Reach the Ruler, Maze Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding.
Might be a small thing, kind of revolving around the situation that don't happen often. I mean, it's involving something that's scalding. Hot the topic is, it needs some resolving. It's kind of puzzling, sometimes solving. But after I thought about it, sent her to Walgreens to pick up a few things to stop me from stalling. Otherwise, I'm gonna be blunt and she gonna be bawling. And I don't need that, or her brother calling. Talking them fight words, now we gonna be brawling. I'm more of a stand-up, I don't be falling. For that okie doke, it's better dissolving. Call me a nice guy, yeah, I like nice things. It's best to stay away from chicks that's trifling. I'm not a rival, so I don't be rivaling. But end up in this scene, I won't be wifing, you know?
Avoid a quick fail, take heed to this wise tale.
If you feel me like real, take heed to this wise tale.
Whether male or female, take heed to this wise tale.
Outside or in jail, take heed to this wise tale.
She got a secret, don't know where she keep it, don't know why she hide it, guess it's convenient. She like a zebra, two things at one time. It ain't black and white when you lived it a lifetime. She got a story, might be a fable, no categories. She don't like labels, she like a loner. Maybe she's selfish, something is fishy, but she don't like shellfish. She said that her phone broke and she need a new phone. She got a night job, now she got two phones, one for the pubic, one for the public. I Freudian slip, y'all, I think that you dug it. She got a curfew, she live in the group home, but she in Miami, getting her look on. She can't be truthful, not what she built for. Mouth might be useful, but nothing to kill for, you know?
Avoid a quick fail, take heed to this wise tale.
If you feel me like Braille, take heed to this wise tale.
Whether male or female, take heed to this wise tale.
Outside or in jail, take heed to this wise tale. WIFTBPM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rama Manuel's another case. Just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You won't have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. The same day as play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. The Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! It's the Maze Jackson Show on a Friday day. You know what I mean? I got a lot to do. I was gonna say it's Friday. You ain't got nothing to do. You ain't got no job. Shoot, I be working day and night. Ow! So I'm gonna say I am excited though this Friday. I'm looking forward to it. I did not realize that it was a holiday weekend. Stretching out to the Monday. And in my old age, I've decided that, you know what, I'm going to savor my days. Therefore, the executive decision is there will be no show on Monday morning. I will enjoy my Sunday evening and get my barbecue on and go to sleep.
I can get a plate.
Huh?
I can get a plate.
You can get a plate, man. You know, if I got it. You know me, man. I'm community property. I'll be like, you know me. I will share until I ain't got it. So I'm gonna tell you, I didn't. You know, this is actually, my clock is off because this is usually when the CPS students getting ready to go back, but they done already been back a week. They done got the suburban program going on. But that's okay because it's the weekend. And, you know, this is the big college football weekend. But before college football, before I can settle into college football, I must prepare to go whoop Simeon. That's right. The Raiders will be traveling to Gately Stadium tomorrow. So the Raider alumni squad, we might have to call Lloyd and Bear. We might have to call the reinforcements, man. Because somebody told me you got to be careful at the Simeon games at Gately Stadium. You know, like back in the day, it used to be like, you know, you went too good, you had to get to the bus. I might have to take the other car. Tomorrow, all right, with the reinforced car. Because after we get through, I know it's going to be, like, I think I might have to start leaving out about the third quarter. Because, you know, my problem is I can't be quiet.
You know how it is, man. You either gonna win this game or, you know, you ain't gonna win a fight.
Hey, not as a Raider, let me just say, as a Raider, when those things happened, in the suburbs at least, because we were the integrated school, we usually had the advantage. Unless we went to Joliet. And then the challenge for most people was they didn't realize, like, they assumed that the others, our white teammates wouldn't participate. See, there's this thing about Bolingbrook, man, like, where it'd be like, you from Bolingbrook, everybody's in. Like, regardless of whether we get along or not, if it's Bolingbrook versus everybody, right? So it's this weird dynamic I have because, you know, the white people in Bolingbrook be like, for real, dog? For real? I'd be like, it is what it is. But I'm going to tell you, like in college, let something happen. Man, please. we'll show up like black, white, black. What happened? You just make the Bolingbrook phone call. So that stated, I don't really want my son. Look, I was like, so like the fathers are bringing their sons because we all want them. They don't, like. So oh my God, I had guys that have been my guys for like 40 years, literally. And so all of our kids are now high school-ish. So we're going to take them to see the Raider Love tomorrow. My son was like, is it in Bolingbrook? I was like, no, it's at Gately. He was like, oh, really? Whose car we taking? I was like, you tripping, dog. But it is funny because he was like, Gately, see, like, the football stadium should be a safe place. And children that play in sports, they should not be thinking twice about going to games. Right? About where are we going? Now, that could be that he has been Catholic leagued a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So it could just be because, I feel like Gately is a tradition. So we going to go ahead and kick it. So Simeon, hey, y'all bring, y'all, and then after we win, we all drop the kids off. Y'all come on by Obsidian where we going to have some drinks. I'm going to continue the celebration of my 32-year anniversary in Phi Beta Sigma. All right, y'all. But I can't wait for the football games. I guess I'll talk about that, too, a little bit later. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. And in the building, oh, fancy. What's up with you, Ruthie? You got a hot date this morning or something? What's going on?
People date early in the morning?
Shoot. Let's meet for coffee. Right? You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes well, I'm not going to put you on blast, but you could be, you could have just stopped at the office on the way home, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have been out kicking it super fresh and just said, you know what? Do you got a drawer? Like,
I'm not picking up the rope. It's a de-escalation tactic. It's called don't pick up the rope. And I'm leaving it right there on your side of the table.
All right, y'all.
I'm getting wiser.
It's Friday. What's up, Ruthie? How you feeling, though?
Good. No complaints. It's Friday.
All right. I know how you do on Fridays. People be ready for Friday because I be feeling like my Friday really means it's the Friday. Like, I feel like Sunday is really, Saturday night is Saturday night. My days don't end on, my weekend does not end on Friday. Like, you know how you be like, tomorrow.
Weekend never ends. It ends on Saturday afternoon, evening.
Or Sunday, depending on what I got to do with my son. Well, no, that don't count. But Sunday, yeah, it really ends Saturday after.
That's why I'm trying to tell you, we need that extra day in the weekend so you could get you a day off, man.
Look, that's how they do you. They be like, oh, it's for you, dog. It's all about you, man. We are taking we not coming. We did that for you, brother. I appreciate y'all. Look, but speaking of that though, I do think that we are gonna have our meeting, but it's gonna be a tamp down meeting. I think I'm gonna cancel the candidates tomorrow. Let it be a weekend. We got to take care of our water situation. And get that business taken care of, and then we're going to eat y'all some ribs because we're going to get into campaign season. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on, probably during Tell Me Something Good Friday. But, yep, it's the Maze Jackson Show. That's Ruthie and more on a Friday. DJ Riis the Ruler, how you feeling today, brother?
I'm blessed by the best. You already know the rest.
What's going on, man? DJ Riis the Ruler. What you cooking for the holiday? I know you gonna be on the grill somewhere. You making a pan or something somewhere. Stop fronting. You stop it. Your son ain't coming to the crib like that. I got my.
You know what? My daughter's birthday is actually on Labor Day this year.
Why do I feel like I know something like I realize? Didn't you do something else last year on Labor for your daughter's birthday?
Well, she usually go out of town or something.
Right, you got her a trip, right? Y'all, you sent her to Florida or something, right?
I think that's where she went.
Yeah. See, I remember that. I see. Look at that.
She going to New Orleans this year.
How old is she?
She turning 13. She's turning 13. Teenager, I know, man. Nice.
Can I get a trip?
13? She going to New Orleans. What's she going to do in New Orleans at 13?
Look, man, her 8th birthday was Punta Cana.
Y'all trip. Okay,
Punta Cana, and when I took her there and whatnot, and so I was like, hey, baby, how you doing? How you like your birthday? She was like, it's okay. I was like, what?
Dog, I'm going to tell you, though. See, Riis, I think your daughter got, she got some style, Joe. She know what's up. And Punta Cana is kind of hit or like I feel like Dominican is hit or miss. Like you gotta be like in the challenge with the Dominican Republic is there's you either stand on a resort or you not stand on a resort. If you stand on a resort, there's scalable resorts where they say day 4 is like a 3. Right? Day 5 is like a 3.5. And Punta Cana, like I felt like I was just like, ugh. If it wasn't for my man Charlie Chase, who got like the island, who kick it, like there's a dude from Chicago that's the biggest promoter in Dominican, and he from Chicago. So, you know, you call Charlie Chase, you be like, Charlie, I'm coming. He'll make you like a superstar. Your name be on the lights when you pull up. You be like, you go to the club, it's like, and you go to the VIP, they be like, who is that? He be like, you know, it'd be like, that's Puffy. You be like, take that, right? So anyway, but yeah, and now I'm not going anywhere until I get my global entry, because I haven't gotten my global entry. I got my pre-check, but I don't have global entry. I'm not going out of the country nowhere. I'm only going to go to like Virgin Islands or like maybe Puerto Rico, Hawaii, stuff like that, only because I do not want to go through customs, which they say is now like a 4 to 5 hour experience if you do not have your global entry. So
standing in line with the peons.
No,
really they're coming back customs more than anything.
That's like going because you got pre-check. Pre-check is ridiculous. Whoever, don't tell nobody about pre-check. And then I'm about to get the clear to it too, because now
you really showing out.
No, but the clear gives you an escort. Like they be like, your pre-check, excuse us, we want to get you around pre-check to the front of the escort of the pre-check. But that global entry, I got to get that so I could be like, so they could just scan my eyeballs. I never thought that I'd be like, I'm okay with this, but get it. Let's go. Come on. These lines. Because it's something too walking past the line.
Yes,
no matter
the whole line. They're all kiosks now.
Yes. They be like, you can get with this or you can get with that.
It don't be nobody at the kiosks.
Right. I'm about to be at the kiosk.
Scan my eyeballs.
All right. Yeah.
That line be super long and all the little kiosks be wide open, don't they?
And you be like,
I'll be at the kiosk.
That's because we know you're an international spy.
You stand in them lines 2 times and you like, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah.
With all this, no, I'm not doing this. And I gotta take my stuff through that little thing. Let me bypass the stuff.
Yep. Man, you see this airport stuff. Anyway, speaking of airports, let's do this. Since we got everybody, we locked and loaded, let's get the Soul Plane up to 60,000 feet. We are up and away. And Riis, you know, yesterday I had us ready to take the plane to Jackson, Mississippi. And we still got to take it. But before we take the plane to Jackson, we got to take the truck to Dixmoor. In her infinite wisdom, my significant other pointed out that there was a dual crisis. And now it's making me suggest that this is something that we need to look at around the country. So first, I know so Jackson, Mississippi is the big story. Dixmoor is the story that is in our own backyard. We got to address both. So yesterday I had a tirade about Jackson, Mississippi, and everybody was ready to go. And I was just thinking, we probably going to drive a water truck straight through Dixmoor. While these people, they going to be like, what? You know how, when you see them things and they be like, save me. And the truck be like, So let me first extend my sincerest, heartfelt condolences to Dixmoor and to the Southland, and I think we got to talk about that a little bit later on. So I want to do Dixmoor. We got to get some water for Dixmoor, right? And that's something we could do immediately as well. And we could just figure out who we need to drop it off at, and we need to make a caravan to Dixmoor. I think sometime today I'll buy a couple cases and go out to Dixmoor somewhere and get that. But I do think that we need to address multiple crises. And so I think it's a division of responsibility. You know how like everybody be on one thing and it's more things that we could be doing. So I saw yesterday, shout out to everybody who was so super responsive. There are a lot of movements to get water to Jackson. I think some people need to focus our efforts on Dixmoor and being prepared for the Southland. I don't know if you all recall, like 3 years ago when they were delivering water to University Park. Like, we need to look at water. I've talked about this, and I thought it was a joke until, not a joke, I really didn't realize the relevance of it when I talked about it some years ago. But water as a human right, and to think that that's now actually compromised in the United States. It's interesting. So we need to look at that. And we need to look at how many black towns and villages are experiencing what I'm going to start calling water terrorism. Sly, you the plug. So are we going to do Appalachia supplies the water of, and y'all want us to buy the water from Appalachia and y'all drop it off? I don't care. I mean, I'm down for being supportive of black business, and Appalachia water is awesome, right? So I'm down with that. You got to give it to us at a price. But I feel like we can be our own help here. And I don't want to look past Dixmoor, because what's happening in Dixmoor is soon going to happen in Robbins. It's soon going to happen in because all the infrastructure is failing. And what's going to be crazy to talk about is the fact that while all of that is failing, all of the white towns and suburbs there have taken our economics to their communities and rebuilt their structure. So if you if you look at like all of the black suburbs, all of the retail, all of the tax base has left and gone to white suburbs right across the line where black people are rebuilding the infrastructure of the neighbors. We got to do better. All right. So that is part of my thing today. Ruthie, was you down at Union Station a couple days yesterday for the welcome committee?
No, I wasn't there.
What do you mean?
I was there in spirit. So,
I am excited to know that we are now welcoming our immigrant brothers and sisters. I'm gonna tell you, people is getting off that bus, and some of them look real black. Right? Did you see Jake? But Ruthie, I told y'all yesterday, and if you listen to it, they said most of them were from Venezuela, Cuba, and Guatemala. Mm-hmm. And I keep trying to tell y'all, and I think I might have even got this from you, that the immigrants, and it's funny because if you look in the paper now, they vacillate between immigrants and migrants. So they're vacillating between immigrants and migrants. Immigrants having the negative connotation, migrants having the positive. I decided, because I was wondering what was the difference, right? So I actually looked them up. So a migrant is a person who moves from place to another, especially in order to find work or better living conditions. For immigrant, it is a person who comes to live permanently in a foreign country, right? Now, if you start, so they're slowly moving the word away. So, like, immigrant is almost like, when they use it, they found it difficult. The example, you know how they do in a dictionary, they say use it in a sentence. Mm-hmm. For immigrant, they found it difficult to expel illegal immigrants. That's what the dictionary says. The sentence for migrants is, oh, dang, they don't have it. Oh, asylum seeker. Like, it's just different how they're now moving the word. So I just want to,
we got a crisis.
We have a crisis, and I think that we are we are in Chicago uniquely suited to deal with the immigrant crisis, which I thought.
You said we are?
Yes.
Why you say that?
That's what the mayor said.
Oh.
That's what JB said. That's what Tony Prackwinkle said. Why are you laughing at me? We are now. I'm not going to talk about the homeless people living under every bridge in this joint. but I am excited. I just want to talk about the math of it again. I just want to get to the math of it. That's it. Now, let me ask a question, because I also saw that there's a new narrative going on that the Governor Abbott from Texas is targeting black mayors with this.
Oh.
Because the 3 places he's sending everybody, Washington, D.C., New York City, and Chicago. Now
well, ain't that the new face of the Democratic Party?
Well, interestingly,
black governors,
black mayors,
black mayors. I mean, it's like a thing.
It is kind of a thing but I think what it's gonna do is, because I gotta tell you that black people, I wonder how black people feel about this.
Well, I don't think people are putting all the pieces together.
So I mean, I felt like it was interesting. Like they're trying to make Abbott racist, while saying this is what we want. Right, like, you know where it's like in the Statue of Liberty, send us your blah blah blah, send us your poor,
you're tired.
Right. So they get on TV and say send them. My man is like, we don't have it in our budget to pay for.
We don't got it in our budget.
Yeah. Oh no. We're gonna talk about that today.
Then the mayor said we're gonna have to rely on private donations, and I'm pretty sure somebody gonna fund it. But long term, I think it just sets a bad precedent in terms of straining resources. Like, but I do think that there is a difference in the aid that are given to Ukrainians versus the what word are we using?
Excuse me?
Is it like
migrants?
Migrants? Okay. Then the migrants from Central America. So that I think that's a little bit bogus.
Well, I'm just curious.
Super bogus. So in that realm, like, we ain't see in the visual imagery, we didn't see no buses of Ukrainians like looking like they had the migrants looking and filming them like that. I thought that was a little bit, I don't know. It was like a lack of dignity a little bit, honestly.
Well, I feel like they packaging them like they're calling them trafficked. They said the Texas governor trafficked them to Chicago. I was like, didn't he put them on nice bus?
You know what I was thinking? Who got the contract to drive the bus? And I said, you've been hanging around Mays too long.
And guess what? I said, who got the contract to house them? Who got the contract to provide all the additional services? And let me just tell you, like when they showed there's a place that's something called the Welcoming Immigrant such and such place that I bet you if you look in there, I bet if you Google, it's going to be Heartland Alliance. I bet you.
It's going to get the coins.
It's going, because again, yesterday we was playing around with, even if it, so we're going to talk about it because I'll be done, went down the rabbit hole already. But how about this one? Check this out. Governor Pritzker says he's in a blind trust, and his blind trust has invested in at least 12 companies that have major contracts with Illinois. But it's in a blind trust.
So he don't know what's in it.
Except every month. I mean, every year he has to sign a financial disclosure. But then he says he doesn't even look at that before he signs it. Wait, what?
Low-key, I could believe it because he got advisors.
I understand that, but
and he got enough money. He just
do you feel like you don't read what you sign, Ruthie? So I could put.
If I'm a billionaire and I want to say that I didn't, then I'm gonna say I didn't.
Right. And so if I see you saying that I didn't, yeah, you're right. It's crazy.
But nobody signs anything without knowing what's in it. That's preposterous for us to even think that. But I get why he got to pretend.
But
so
I'm
just play theater with him.
Okay.
Billionaire theater.
But man, some days I just be. That's why I be like, I'm not even gonna talk no more because they could do anything and y'all be like, okay. How about this one? This was a good one. 10 years for a former New York City police officer, Thomas Webster, in the Capitol riots. He got 10 years, Ruthie. Everybody else be getting like 2 months. He got 10 years because he was the dude with the flagpole.
The one that broke out the window or whatever?
Nah, the one that was taking the flagpole and jabbing the officers.
He got 10 years for that?
10 years. 10 of them bad boys. Joe Biden yesterday did a speech, and he called out the MAGA Republicans. Okay, somebody about to get banned. You wearing me out. Check this out. Okay, so Joe Biden called out the MAGA Republicans, and then he messed around and got called out yesterday on the student loan forgiveness. Check this out. This when people be like, "Oh, you want receipts? I got receipts." So first of all, Ruthie, did you know from 1979 to 2019, the United States prison population went from 240,000 to 1.43 million?
Whoa.
We have the most people incarcerated in the world, even more than Russia.
Like physically in custody or
Yep.
in the system?
No, physically in custody. I feel like we might have the world's population combined. They won't tell us how many in China, so we can't talk about that part. But the rest of it.
Or low-key, they probably ain't telling us about these other countries either.
Okay, look at you. There you go. Sing it. Go ahead. Give me the third verse.
I'm just saying, don't be trying to do America like that. You know, see, the thing about America is America gonna tell you who in jail because it's just directly tied to the profit because it's all about data and the numbers. In the other countries, it's like, what Uyghurs? We ain't got no prison camps.
So I thought it was interesting, though. They were talking about, so you know how we were giving Joe Biden all the credit for the Pell Grants? Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? Joe Biden sponsored the legislation to remove Pell Grants from anybody that ever got convicted of a state or federal crime. So,
wait, what?
So check this out. In the crime bill, Joe Biden not only locked you up, but then he took away you could not, if you got locked up for weed or jail or crack or cocaine, and you were no longer eligible to receive a Pell Grant. So all of the people who went to, so if you take this number 1975 to 2019 and you say Joe Biden said when he had the chance that everybody that went to prison could no longer pay for, you could no longer get a grant while you were in jail to better yourself to go to, while you were, you know how people in jail used to get degrees and they used to apply for grants and federal aid, and he took that away. And then if you got convicted, when you were out, you still couldn't get a Pell Grant. So now he's disqualified that many so most of the people who went to jail and then tried to better themselves were forced into these bogus loans too. So now the ex-offender community is like, hold on, dog. Y'all, you trying to make it seem like this is sweet, but think about all the people that you intentionally excluded and drove to the bad system. It's like it's so crazy because what they have is, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later with cannabis, they always put a poison pill in, and then when they trying to make things better, then they be trying to be like, oh, I did this for you. Well, dog, so, you know, that's that 1 for you, 2 for me. 1 for me, 1 for you. 2 for you, 1, 2 for me. So I got 4 times your people locked up, and I'm going to give you back 1/2, and you be happy. Because you like, man, it's going to help, and 75% of them is the people that made $75,000. But think about how many people couldn't even apply. If you knew that you locked up half the black male population, and then you made them, if they wanted to better themselves, they couldn't because you disqualified them forever from Pell Grants. Kind of crazy.
So they had to go get a Sally Mae loan.
Right. Who is why y'all be talking about this Sally Mae? Who is Sally Mae?
A cold-hearted woman.
She's a cold-hearted snake.
I almost called her a bad word.
Really?
She don't even exist no more. She done changed her identity. Like them,
she got a BBL.
No, you know how them how Blackwater, them government contractors be changing their name, so you don't know who they is.
Oh, okay.
Sally Mae done turned into like 3 or 4 different things at this point.
Sally Mae done turned into Karen. Karen Johnson. All right. And then check this one out. How about this one? Poland estimates that Germany still owes them $1.3 trillion in reparations from World War II.
How they come up with that?
I don't know. They said it came up from another number that was 850 billion, and they rose it up to 1.3 trillion. My thing is, they lost 6 million people. They dead serious. They're like, oh no, you're gonna pay us. Kind of interesting, huh? Meanwhile, it's the Maze Jackson Show with Maze, Riis, and Ruthie. We're gonna take a quick break.
They got beef. Poland and Russia got beef.
Poland and Germany. You know, Hitler. The first people Hitler mollywopped was Poland. They was like, oh, you can take Poland. You got them. It's when they started saying, okay, we want everything else. That's when they started. They was like, you can take all of the Eastern stuff. But when you start coming over to France and all that, that's where we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? But they took France too. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to ask the social media question of the day. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, Ruthie, and Riis.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
WIIFTBP, media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP, media's just for you and me.
Maze Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. We out of here. Peace.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around. Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:46 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. Sports, the White Sox get the job done as they would beat the Royals 7-1. Set over the traffic on the Kennedy. Overhead to the Loop will be 24 minutes. Outbound will be 20 on the Eatons. Inbound from Deerfield to Exchange and back will be 28 minutes. While the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 37 minutes. 28 minutes back out to Thorndale. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 43 minutes, outbound 30. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 38 minutes, 33 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 22 minutes to the Loop, 12 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Drive, south will be 7 minutes and 8 minutes north. That's Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr to Randolph. Today's weather is currently 72 and partly cloudy. Today will be a high of 84 with a low of 72. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Friday here on The Maze Jackson Show.
To the green, from the green, back to glory. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler and Ruthie Moore here on a Friday.
called Friday.
That's girls say that.
You can say Friday.
I say right, and then I be blowing up. I don't need no Friday.
I'm glad y'all practiced that.
I didn't practice.
Y'all did practice that.
I didn't practice.
Y'all practiced.
You can stop.
What? Oh. I have honestly dreaded the day when you actually put the sound effects in the thing because I feel like you're going to take it too far.
No,
I liked it better when you ain't have them amazed was complaining.
That's okay. See, that's how I go. See, that's the millennial way, right? I prefer it. I prefer it when Maze don't get what he wants. Yeah, I like when he just be talking to the air. Talk to the air, Maze. Just talk to the air. I know.
Air.
This is. I be like blowing up. All I need is a little, you know what I'm saying? It be the little things, right? It don't ever be the big stuff. It be little itty bitty things. Keep a dude, keep him chilling. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. That's Maze, Riis, and Ruthie here on a Friday. But you better get your in. If I see it, that's like a dude texting me K.
No.
Yes. A dude saying Friday is like a dude texting me K.
No.
Can a dude text you K?
Just the letter K?
Yes. That's.
Are you okay with a dude heart and tap backing with a heart?
If it's we just made $10 million.
What if it's we meeting up for drinks? Heart. Or you just let them do the thumbs up?
I won't be there if you send me a heart.
So do men don't send men emojis?
No. I mean, I'll send a thumbs up. I'll send but I might throw a crazy, but I feel like emojis men to men, unless it's something, no.
Are you serious? You ain't never been texting and then the keyboard automatically change your word to give you the picture option.
If
you
it's a drink, put the picture in? Like if it's a drink or something,
you would do that. Okay,
I would. But if it's like some emotion, nah, dog. No, dog. No.
It's so many faces to choose from.
Unless they got a FU face.
They got one of those.
Well, no, I ain't found it yet.
I'll show you what a middle finger is.
If you are dude, you text me K or KK, you text me a heart, I'm questioning you.
KK, okay, that's a little weird.
K is still like I have to tell old dude, huh?
Just the letter K.
Yes.
That is so random.
I feel like texting okay. I feel like putting the.
That feels very chicky to me.
No way.
Yes, every dude okay, fellas, gentlemen. Now, if you have pronouns, maybe, but I think for men, like K. Hey Joe, meet me at the bar. K. Yes. Okay. No. K sounds. I won't even say it because you can't even say it these days. But there's a rhyme with the word K. From a dude. If I look down in my text and I text you, dog, we finna blow up the spot. Da-da-da-da-da, and you say K.
What?
Oh, I hearted. I just hearted.
That's why I said
you
hearted a thumbs up it.
Yeah, we finna blow the spot up. I love that.
Black men need more love amongst each other.
We finna go run this money up.
Men don't text men K.
I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, I don't know.
Men, open up the phone line. Give us a call. First of all, let me say what's up to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM. This is the Maze Jackson Show. You can catch us every day, 6:30 to 8. That is the Saints on Big Gospel Express. Now, if you are one of the sinners or, you living your life right, but you like to get here early and stay late, catch us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. But okay, fellas, please, can somebody call me? Please, please, please. I really need an answer to this. This is not the social media question of the day, but men and women. Women, if you get a K back from a man, what are you thinking? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I'm thinking we're probably going sewing. Y'all going to the sewing, y'all going to Joanne Fabrics for y'all date.
Okay.
See? Exactly. Okay, if a man give us a call, 872-259-7474. Can a man text K? Really?
Yes.
No.
I'm going to my message now see if I text K.
No, they can't. No, don't say K. Women, if a man texts you K.
It depends on what I asked.
Can I get $50? K? No.
Okay, so
open up the phone lines. Is the phone lines
that's
open?
That's an age thing, man. That's an age thing.
It clearly
that's not a gender thing. It's an age thing. The younger people will text you back K.
K.
You did it, Reese?
On August 21st at 8:08 p.m. I text my girl K.
I'm just telling you.
I didn't even
like, yo, girl, you been having troubles with your lady lately too, ain't you? You been running around here sad. She got questions, Reese. She might have let you get away with the alley story, but when you text her K, she's thinking some way, man.
And then she replies, "Okay, though."
Right? Because she like, I'm wearing the pants in this family. Women, can a man text you K? And if he does, what are you thinking? Fellas, oh my God, if a dude texts me K, like I literally will tell my guys back, do not, fam, it's okay.
Oh my goodness.
I will text, but I'll be like, dog, don't text. I really will. I probably
Why does it bother you so much?
Because it's so.
But you know, texting is like shorthand.
That is short. That is.
And you know, like.
That is shorthand.
But if you use your phone for a long time, the keyboard starts to recognize your patterns. And so if you always type K, it's going to be coming up. It's going to be an option for you just to push it.
And I'm saying like mine does not.
That's two.
Mine does not. Mine don't never even put up a K. Like, no, it doesn't. When I'm typing, it says okay.
I got a question. Do y'all phones ever show y'all words and y'all be like, why my phone? I typed that before. Like,
like with Max, he just did cover. How did I know I was gonna say this? Will you? What?
Every once in a while, I would suggest y'all go into y'all iPhones. I don't know how it work on Android, but delete your dictionary of the words that you have told it to remember.
Who tells your phone what words to remember?
Automatically. So after a certain time, and you keep spelling a word a certain way, or like using the word.
Oh, so
like,
it just made you sweet.
Yeah. So
it's just gonna make you sweet. You know so if you just type K, go ahead.
So like you know how I always do my definitely, and you think it's D fly. It's programmed like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's programmed. So like so it could be, but like that man, that K.
Cuss words. You gotta program them in.
Fellas.
K saying.
Okay, like I gotta know if I'm crazy here.
Yes.
Can a man text K without you asking a question?
Oh my goodness!
Like without, like I'm just saying. Callers, give us a call 872-259-7474. Fellas, do you text the word K, the letter K, to men or women? Please tell me you don't. Go ahead, caller. Women, you can do it all day long. Men, I don't know about that. Women, what do you think if you get a K? Look, let's go out for dinner. K.
Don't text me no K. We ain't on that. Period. Point blank. My homie used to do it. Hey, this Buster. What's up?
What's up, Buster? How you feeling, dog?
I'm good, bro. Hey, my homie used to do that, right? He used to text me K, and I'd be like, hey, bro, just add another letter. He'd be like, what you mean? I said, add another letter. Stop playing with me. Add another letter.
So you want 2 Ks.
Let's put the O on there, my guy. It's good. No, I don't want that 2K. I don't want 2K. I want OK. And we good.
What about KAY?
Hey, I know what you're saying.
If you go that far to do KAY, you know what I'm telling you? You're trying to prove a point, right? Do you paint your fingernails too? Do you paint your fingernails? If you take K back, you probably paint your fingernails. Go ahead. Buster,
right,
I'm not crazy, right, dog?
I'm going to get off the phone before Tennille put us off the phone. All right, I'm going to go back.
It's the Maze Jackson Show. Don't text me no K. K? It's generational.
It is, because young people text K.
Young people paint their fingernails.
Can your son text you K?
Hell no.
No. Can he do the thumbs up, or he gotta say words? Can he
emoji
you
thumbs
back?
up. He can. I'll let him communicate, but I'll be like, fam, when you talking to men, when you as a man, you just don't text K. Like I learn a lot of stuff, but I'm just saying, like, fam, let's keep some things. Like, I understand gender equity.
Keep the O and okay.
Can men have something?
Why does taking the O out make it
maybe
feminine?
you only text your girl, Kate, because I'm looking at you, and it's a couple of times where I just sent you okay.
Who?
You know what I'm saying?
You said okay.
Yeah,
He said
because he know what I'm playing. Right.
No,
but if
I guess
you send me text me case, and if you did, I probably was like, that alley story. I probably went straight to the alley story. Like, man, I'm not like Kay. I know this is a crazy question, a conversation, but okay, Tennille.
Don't put her in it.
Tennille of social media attack and of Mom Squad. Could this question be put in the Mom Squad even? Like, is it okay for a man to text K?
To another woman? I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
Dog, you already just said you texted the dudes too. So you already disqualified.
No, I said I haven't.
Now you trying to sweeten it up.
No, I said
now you trying to soften it up, dog.
I never texted to like I don't think I did, but I like.
Why don't you text it to a dude then? Like, see, he done switched up, Ruthie. Ruthie, look, you see, he just switched right here. Right, you know, if we rewind, you see, he just switched up, right?
I'm looking to see.
Mm-hmm. Nah, don't look now. Nah, you was with the K. Now all of a sudden, now you done looked at the comments, and now K is not for men.
I mean, you know, I'm gonna text K, so you know it don't.
Right, I know. Reese, I know you are secure in your manhood. I'm secure in mine. But if you send me a K as a dude, I'm just telling you now, I'm gonna ask questions.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I can't ask no questions. See, this is the problem with America.
Just say okay back.
No, K. Hell no. No. Ladies, you K? One single K from a man. Ruthie.
In a response to something?
Could you imagine me texting you K? Like when you say
yes, I can't. I'm okay, man. You might have really been in a rush. Boop.
I've never been in that much of a rush. I have never been a one short O rush in my life. It's gonna be okay. Okay. This is how we get off track. This right here. This is how we get off track. K. One letter in the alphabet that should not be sent from a man to anyone detached. And don't put K, period, and then read more sentence. K, I'll see you later.
Oh my, you really tripping.
Oh, that's extra sweet.
You tripping.
I mean,
you
better
voice
put a
texting.
pronoun. You better put a pronoun with it.
They might have been voice texting in the phone.
K heard. K said them. You gotta put a pronoun with it.
K.
Them said K.
K.
No. Okay. You like I'm gonna have to give me a Lil John now. I'm gonna have to give me a Lil John man.
Oh.
What? That's what he say when they be texting them. What do you say? They say what?
Oh my God. Look, y'all, this is too much. All right, look, when we come back, I really am gonna ask y'all the social media question of the day. Okay. Is this an age thing? So let's say if you are 40, so at what age can you text K?
I think you probably should stop after you. I would say current college students now might be doing the K. But
what age can you not say K, Ruthie? Is there an age that you shouldn't? Are you past 30? Should you say K?
No, I think there's a who you're talking to. Should you say K or not? Like, I just think it depends on who you're talking to. You say a man shouldn't say it to another man.
Or a woman, for that matter.
Okay.
That's exactly.
Nothing wrong with your lady telling your lady K. What's wrong with
Ain't nothing wrong with the lady saying it. It's kind of cute.
Go ahead,
it's cute. It's cute, boo. It's okay. Okay.
Language evolves.
So do people, as we've seen. This is the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back. Okay? No.
Now, see, now you ain't got to say it. See? Okay. I got you.
When you read it,
I got
when you read K, how do you read it?
I got
do you read it as K?
Never like that.
K.
But I hear it now since you just said it.
K.
But you could say okay like the same way.
Voice with it. That's your
K.
voice with it.
That's what that's exactly what K.
You have to do your shoulder like that.
K. That's exactly how I see it. When you text me K, I'd be like K.
What if it's like K?
How do you get that out of a K?
You could.
How? Determine the K.
K.
Let's go have some manly beers. K.
You just like a little nonchalant.
K.
No, manly beers.
K.
No, it's a shrug. Like
you gotta have some. Let's go have some manly beers. All right, dog.
Okay.
See? I'm telling you now, if we meet for beers and you text me back K, man, I'm bringing you like some Miller Lite or something. Like you will not be
making me happy. Can I get one of them?
I'm gonna get y'all Miller. What's like the girl? No, I'm gonna bring you a White Claw. If you text me K, I'm bringing you White Claws and Remy Ritas. Not Remy Ritas. And,
Lima Rita, them Lima things.
Lima. If you text me K, you drink Lima Ritas and what did I say? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
No.
You be like in that point. And White Claws. No. Can I have a seltzer, please? Thank you.
K is not a gender.
And you probably drink like probably grapefruit like White Claw.
Ooh.
See?
I ain't never had a White Claw, but that sounds kind of good.
See? Grapefruit.
Refreshing.
See? So
you like refreshing drinks.
If you drink the same drink as Ruthie,
you like refreshing drinks too.
Not White Claw. My refreshing drink starts with tequila base. Like not like seltzer water. It tastes just like beer. Why can't we all just get along? Okay.
It's the voice you put on for me. Like,
K?
why you just can't say it regular?
Just say it regular. Thank you, Reese. Just say it regular.
Right. Okay.
Like,
right.
K.
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 Like a little shrug with it, like.
Look, do I get the smack too? K.
No, you could just say it regular.
K.
Say okay. Oh no, I'm sorry. K. Look, you can't even make it sound.
Yes, you can.
Say it, Reese. Go ahead. Say K masculine.
It's K.
See?
It's K. You know what I'm saying? Like you asked me something, and then I thought about it, and I was like,
no, you cannot say K.
He said it regular.
Say K as a man regular.
You can use it in a sentence, Reese, and then respond with K.
But it's really not.
Come on.
You know, like somebody like really, oh man, you want to do this? You be like, okay.
See, regular Maze.
Wait, does anybody feel like that was regular?
Yes.
Reese, you have the deepest voice in this joint. My voice is squeaky in the mud, right? Sometimes when I go through the drive-thru, they be like, "Ma'am, like you, Reese, when you said K, say you cannot make it hard. There's no way for you to make K hard. There's no way.
Oh my
Do it. Make it hard.
Okay.
No.
See?
K.
See, he said
you can't even say K.
Okay. That's how you say it, like. Okay.
You cannot.
You don't
Dog, I'm
care,
telling.
like,
Look at Ruthie. Can't even. Ruthie
like
can't even. Look at her
It's
face.
like a nonchalant. That's why it's saying it like so. So it's like short because it's like you know what I
like
really don't
lackadaisical.
want to do it, but you know what? So you gonna put
That's why you say aight.
So you putting it. See,
Aight.
I too much. You know what I'm saying?
Aight. K. Aight. K. No doubt. There's.
See, I just say like.
Have we heard any?
milliseconds.
Have we heard any iteration of K that sounds manly? Go ahead, Reese. One more time. Give me your best manly K, and then we gonna go to the break.
Okay.
We'll be back after these messages. K.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Hey, Chicagoland, all roads lead to Solo Beauty Supply, the largest Black-owned beauty supply in Chicago. We carry a large selection of natural hair care products, plus much more. So come see us at one of our two locations, located at 9011 South Ashland or 8158 South Cottage Grove. Our inventory is growing, and with your support, Solo Beauty will continue to be a source of pride in our community. closer to my dreams. Hey, guapole, the food tastes better. I stopped smoking squares, healing from the inside out, making repairs. I forgave some people, thanked them for the lessons, cause holding on to it was blocking my blessings. No more stressing, worry dishonors God, so I just pray, and I'm loving my odds. Mingle with like minds, gravitate where light shines. Graduate, masters, your rhymes ain't like mine. Big Dank from the west side, this is my best self. Taking vacations, hoping the rest helps. Got a career now, loving what's ahead. My spirit is free from the stuff that I shared.
I feel good now, ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about. I feel good now, ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about. I'm feeling so good now, walking on higher ground. Got out the country, visit some new towns, made some new friends, let go of some bad ones. Soon as that took place, everything got fun. My life started going up, opportunities showing up. I'm back where I wanna be, no headaches and throwing up. Reconnect with the homie, it's positive energy, vibes and wavelengths. It's all about frequency. I'm back with my first love, it feel like the first time. I'm back in the studio, this ain't my first rhyme. I wake up every day, blessed as heavenly. Before I ain't say much, now I got much to say. Raised my credit score, got rid of some past debt. Heard that's attractive, well call me a magnet. Plugged into an outlet, living life outright. All on my kid Cuddy, focusing day and night. Right now, ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about. I feel good now, ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about.
Feel good. See, my state gets busy. That's the cardinal rule.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed, it's all wrong.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world, okay? Don't work, Joe. Just don't work. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Ruthie Moore in the building. DJ Riis, the ruler, in the building. I'm trying to understand this, okay? It's just so lazy. Mm-hmm. It just seems like it's like a lazy wrist.
Okay.
Right, just like a lazy wrist. You know, you ever seen a lazy wrist?
Nope.
You know what a lazy wrist look like?
Nope.
Lazy tongue, lazy wrist.
I blame it on text messaging.
I blame it on...
And it has impacted my spelling.
I think it's impacted all y'all spelling.
And I don't know nobody's phone numbers except my mama house number.
Then she probably don't even answer.
So
why you calling my house?
I'm out here. If I go to jail, I'm out here.
Well, now they let you get your phone. They passed a law in Illinois that says you can use your phone.
Really?
Yep, that allows you to go on your cell phone and look.
Cause I'd be beat. What you supposed to do if you don't know nobody's number and you get locked up?
So let me take that out of my. Like I try to take those scenarios out of my.
I mean, that's the thing though, right?
I try to take those scenarios.
I know it's a procedure. I'm just curious about what it is.
Well, let me tell you. I try to take those. Like I try to make sure I got memories in my head for numbers, but I don't usually connect it to getting locked up. Just because you don't want to put that in the universe. So I have numbers.
I can never think of a scenario where I would need a number that it's much unless I get like locked up.
I could see like, what if you stuck on the side of the road between Kankakee?
No,
and
somebody I know will pass by.
Between Kankakee and somebody think you're gonna stick them up.
I got AAA. I ain't worried about that.
Okay.
I don't worry about getting locked up and not being able to call nobody.
I don't even know.
I ain't picking up nobody on the side of
me neither. The Riis told me about his.
I would say my cousin, man. My cousin.
Can we save that one for 8 o'clock? Because I said I want to talk about things that black people do that we love and things that black people do that we hate. And so I think you should just save that. Save that one for 8 o'clock. Right? Because you
the same things together. It's going to be the same things.
It did. The same. I mean, I think that could be funny. Like, I think it could be. Like, I love that we can make a thing happen. It just usually we make it happen on each other. Like, but brothers be creative than a mug. They got a plan. A Negro will have a plan. He got a plan. Now, who gets hit by the plan is really the issue. But they got a plan. And I'm going to tell you, black people can always rationalize screwing you over. They got an answer. They do. They be like, because what happened was I needed they be like, you be like, I need it. So you was going to take it from me, though?
They say I was down so bad.
Right. That you didn't need it. Like, we ain't all black. Like, we ain't all down so bad. But it's all good. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be. We're going to talk about things that black people do that we love and we hate. And I do think it's funny because I was writing a list. Like, I love how we forgive until we forgive the wrong people. I love black people, but we will pull it on some people. I love when we pull it. When we ready to put, like, I love when black people be in a room together and everybody look around the room because we be the only ones and we be like, you got that dough, I got that dough. I got that dough, you got that dough. All right. But then if it be a room with some white people, but if it be a room full of black people, we be like, you got him, I got him. You be looking like, you be looking around the room when you come in the black room like, who can I take? Right? Like, the white people when y'all be in the room, and then it be like y'all also know who the sellout is. When it be a black person, when the black people be in the room and everybody nod, and one dude be looking straight ahead like, I'm not nodding. I will not be associated with you ruffians. My mom got me a good white life. So I think it's gonna be good. We're gonna talk about the things we love and we hate, things black people do.
A good white life.
Man, you ever seen a black person with a good white life?
Yes.
They be straight like, you be like this. They be.
You gotta almost tell them that they black.
I'm telling you. You ever been in an all white room and it be like the black people, like you be from different places of the country and all y'all got the eye like. Like you move real slow. You don't make no sudden movements. You be like, where you from? And I'd be like mental telepathy. You see this white boy? I see him. You see him? Like you be looking around the room. And then it'd be the white, like if you could hear everybody thought bubble, all right, I'm taking dude. You got dude, I got dude. And then his thought bubble is like, I'm not listening, I'm not getting in trouble with you Negroes, I'm not getting in trouble with you Negroes. Then it was, then it'd be the one, I'm gonna stop. We're gonna talk about this at 8 o'clock. Things that black people do that we love and hate.
Ruthie, man, you don't know no black person that had a good white life.
I have never heard that term.
I just made it up.
I think it's hilarious.
But I know what you mean, though.
Exactly.
A great white life.
I know black people with great white lives, and they are not having you Negroes interrupted for nothing. I'm telling you. I'm not mad at it. I just be like, bro, you got a great, you got a great white life. What I'm telling you to mess that up for, right? Look, Joe, I got salami. You at the steak table? Go on, man. You like yours rare? Have it. I'll have my, that's the dude that comes to the table. Now, I'd be feeling a certain way when I come to the table. I'll be like, I'll have my steak medium. And black be like, ew!
Oh, my God.
But I'm going to tell you, the one that be like, I'll take it medium rare. You be like, oh, you got a really good white life. You want your steak rare? Your life has been, you got a really good white life.
Oh, my goodness.
So, my cousin had passed. It was actually his sister had came into town, so she black, but she like mixed. So when we went out to eat, like everybody ordering, like he said, she ordered her. That's what she ordered her steak, medium rare.
I mean, I like medium rare steak, but I ain't really had a good white life.
And I was like, right, and I was like, whoa. And then she talks like, oh yeah, she's in gymnastics and she has to watch her figure. I was like, oh okay, but yeah, like I was saying, I know what he mean. I know. My first roommate had one of them. Like my first roommate did not know how to operate a washing machine. Like he paid people the whole first semester to wash the clothes. He said, I've never washed before. And so he drove me home, and before we went to his house, he forgot something real important, but he had me in the car. He pulled over and I said, well, what's going on? And he said, listen, I have to take you to my house. Can you please not tell anyone in the school about my house? In my neighborhood, I'm thinking that your house is messed up or something. Man, if we didn't pull up to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I said, no wonder you don't know how to get somebody opening up the door.
Oh, wow.
I parked the car for you. I was like, okay, now I see why you don't know how to
still
wash
friends?
no clothes. Oh, yeah. And we still cool.
He still got a great white life?
Oh, yeah.
Once you got one of them great white lives, you got a hard to mess it up.
Oh, no, they'll send you back to niggerdom quick, though.
Yeah, but you got, it's kind of hard.
They'll send you got that, if you got enough money, you can have a great white life. I'm just telling you. Yeah, I'm just telling you, there's a lot of people, black, that have a great white life, and you just don't, I don't mess with it. I'd be like, dog, I mean, you living. For real? What I'm going to tell you, come sit over in the put in K.
That's what he gonna tell you, K.
He'd be like, would you like to have your steak rare, K? I'm just saying. All right. I do, but I do like my steak medium. When I go to the restaurant, I have to say not black people medium. Because when you order a medium steak in the restaurants, the waiter be like, oh, yeah. See, I'm going to say this. We saving that for 8 o'clock. All right, stop. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Riis, hit that button for me real quick.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Riis, Ruthie, I have come to the recognition that we in Illinois is a welcoming state. Chicago is a welcoming city and a sanctuary city. So who am I to question the buses that Governor Abbott has sent? I really don't think it's racist that he's doing it. I think that we have said we want them. We have said that we have taken a definitive step towards saying that Illinois and Chicago are a welcoming state and a welcoming city. And I think, honestly, that probably one of the most humane things that Governor Abbott could do is send the people to a place. Have you ever been somewhere where they don't want you? So if you've been somewhere where the people don't want you, and then have you been somewhere have you ever had have you ever had the relief of going then somewhere where people do want you? Think about what they faced when they got to Texas. There was probably get out of here. We don't want you, blah, 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 blah. And then you get on a 13-hour bus ride, and they didn't put them on a school bus. They put them on a luxury black bus.
I think you also got to think about how they got to Texas, because that's a big part of the journey, the treacherous journey
through Mexico, where the coyotes and the wolves, and not the real ones, but the coyote people.
So really, when they made it to Texas, I bet they was like, yes,
Right. And then after they got to Texas, but Texas was still like, man, we don't, y'all stay in this pen right here.
And you know the population of I looked it up, of Venezuelans is like growing rapidly here in America. So they're going to find community.
Right. Well, you saw yesterday at the thing, they was like one dude had just made it and he was trying to connect with his brother. And again, one of the other things that I think Jacob pointed to yesterday that we don't recognize is that a lot of these people are coming from like super violent places. So they prepared to grab the machete and get with it. Right? Like if you coming from, right, the Sandinistas and I'm not saying, Salim, get me right, but you know, Central America, Nicaragua, Manuel Noriegas and all that stuff, like they you know, that's where the MS-13s and all them come from, right?
I've seen plenty of videos online of them chopping off heads.
Okay. Why do you watch this stuff?
I don't know.
Like, why?
But once you get in the algorithm, it's just
head chop off. Today's highlight. Off with this
beheading, yeah.
Like, do they get it in one, or do they gotta?
You know they're humane with it. You know it's inhumane.
So what do they got? One big? Is it a chopper? Is it a sword? Is it like a machete? Like you gotta be good. You gotta be able to be good to get it all the way through.
No, you just gotta be sharp.
Huh?
Just gotta be sharp.
Okay. So, Ruthie, the treacherous journey from Central America through Mexico to the Texas border, where the Texas governor has declared that he does not want the immigrants or migrants, depending on who you're talking to.
That's not what he said. He said we ain't got the resources to deal with all this influx, this crisis.
Bingo. We don't have the resources. So let me put you on a bus to a place where you are welcomed, where you do not have to have people looking at you crazy. Right? Why do we, is that racist?
I mean, he ain't say it like that. It was more of a facetious political tactic, but
then we say we want them, and don't we want them to be in a place where they're welcome?
We are, don't we? We are a welcoming city.
So I feel like we asked for this.
I think it's like, honestly, this is really more than anything to me. This is a threat to our national security. You know, I care about that pretty strongly. And this is truly a threat to our national security. We already dealing with compound problems like monkeypox and COVID. We got inflation is running rampant. And if we know anything, we know that it's just not people. It's not just humans that's coming across our borders. It's also illegal things. It's like it's trade that has not properly been vetted and paid the proper taxes and things on. So that's part of my issue, is if it's this easy for us to let humans across our borders, then imagine how easily these goods and other services are that are coming across the border. So other than the national security part, that's the part I feel the most strongly about. But I also recognize the humanitarian crisis in all of this. And I do think that we welcome the Ukrainians in. So don't be trying to front on the Venezuelans now.
Hold on. Did Texas open I'm saying I didn't have a vote on Ukrainians or the Afghans. Has Texas been a landing spot for the Ukrainians?
I highly doubt it.
So they're just, why didn't they go to Texas? Because it ain't welcoming. So here's my point, though. So, Ruthie, all that to say, welcome to Chicago, to our immigrant brothers and sisters. Now the question becomes, what portion of our safety net in Illinois, Cook County, and Chicago should be allocated to the immigrant influx? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. What portion of the safety net budget should be allocated to immigrant influx. Now, Ruthie, because when we did our city, county, and state budget, there is a safety net budget. And often safety net, which is through the Department of Human Services, it weaves through a whole bunch. But usually it's, significant amount of money, because the safety net is really what they market to black people. Well, I noticed that they said that they were going to provide them with the immigrants or migrants with a safety net. And I'm okay with that, right? Because we are a welcoming city. How much of our budget should be allocated to immigrant and migration? Does that, you understand what I'm saying? Like, so if we know that black folks, how much of our allocation of the safety net are we willing? How much of the safety net should be dedicated to immigrants and migrants that are coming over the border? Should we allocate 100 million, 250, 200? What do we say, like a $250 million to take care of the incoming immigrants? How much money? And I guess my question is, who is going to adapt the budget? Because from JB to Tony Preckwinkle to Mayor Lightfoot, they have all declared that this is, it was like JB was like, my family came here as Ukrainian immigrants fleeing. So I guess my question is, how much of the budget, and where will the Black Caucus, like they're talking about the safety net. How much of our safety net should be allocated to this migrant crisis? Should we raise taxes to fill the hole? Should we cut from various areas from everyone else and share? Now, the other unique dynamic of this is, Ruthie, and I talked about this yesterday, and you just highlighted it again. The undocumented immigrant population that is now growing in our country is not the traditional Mexican and Puerto Rican old school Latinos that we know. They are not the dreamers. So for years since Obama, we have been discussing the undocumented immigrants through the lens of dreamers. This is a different lens. I was trying to explain yesterday that while we talk about undocumented immigrants, there are two Latinos. And you know how I was saying they say Latinos hate being called Latinx? Well, there's two different Latinos.
Some of them like it though, right?
Right. The Latinx is the Ecuadorians, the Guatemalans, the Latinos are the old Puerto Ricans, the old Mexicans, the people that populated Pilsen, and that's the MLI. I called it the Chewy Louie MLI Uno HDO group, right? That was what we thought of as Latinos, and we thought about undocumented immigrants in that space. Now, and then President Obama raised them up as the dreamers, right? Those people that had lived here, and I was trying to explain this yesterday. And now when you see this, they're not those. So the reason that the Chicago traditional Latinos ain't with it is because as those populations grow, Ruthie, they are coming to take out the old school Latinos. Chewy was smart enough to claim to leverage the undocumented immigrants with Obama and Dreamers and be the face of a movement that is really not the same group. Chewy leads Latinx, right? And he created this army, this hodgepodge of young Latinos that come from a warlike space. He is the tradition. So when we're looking at him, we see Chewy and we think traditional Mexican, but Chewy has crafted an army of all of the other undocumented immigrants.
Got it.
And now they are waging war on the local immigrant, the local Mexican community and Latino community, Puerto Ricans. I said, like, they took out Gil Villegas. They took out Iris Martinez, right? With Chewy being the face. And now you see JB welcoming them because, again, why is that? That builds Chewy's army. To be able to put the other traditional Mexicans and anybody else in check. Chewy, you take care of the immigrant population. We'll give you Latinos completely. Now, the question I ask, understanding that how much of our money locally, like when he goes to Congress and he's now trying to get dollars for undocumented immigrants, he ain't trying to save Dreamers. He trying to build a new base.
I mean, I think the Dreamers good now, ain't they?
Are they? I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I'm still living this nightmare.
I think they good now.
Latinxers have waged war on their own elders, says Froy Nunez. Yeah, and they are being led by an elder who got cast out and went out into the wilderness and found him a new army and came marching back. He got the Unsullied with him now. See, y'all see.
But you know, I think that's the way you just broke that down is really just indicative of what's happening with a lot of racial groups between generations. Like it's generational fights, and it's about who can amass the most people. And I think Chewy had a vision from many, many years ago, and it was pretty brilliant to take them young people that ain't in with the in crowd, and now those same young people are now people who are in positions of power. I think it's a genius strategy. I think it really should be an example to everybody about how generational divides can happen, because at some point one side gonna have more people than the other. So, and I think if we take that same example and we look at black people, the same thing is happening within our political sphere. It doesn't quite look the same, but I think it's the same concept. You got old versus new. And, but again, there has not been a concerted, so Chewy picking up our young people underneath that whole progressive thing. And I think that is how we see a lot of it play out in the black community. It looks more like progressive versus everybody else, but in their community, you clearly can make the distinctions between Latinx versus Latino. Now, the interesting thing is I remember when I first started hearing Latinx, I was told that it was based upon Spanish being a very gendered language, and it was about trying to use gender neutral language. So when I hear your analysis from a political standpoint, I think that is highly interesting and deserves some analysis. And so I'm wondering if when I first started hearing that term, did it originate to really secretly be political, or was it literally just trying to make language more gender neutral? I don't know.
I think it's both, and I think the people that are looking to make things gender neutral fall into a category that is not traditional, right? Which is that hodgepodge. If you talk to Latinos and Latinas, they still claim it. And like the people that are like the Alexandra Ocasio people are the Latinx people, the tear it up, the socialists, etc. I think it did start that way, but it has evolved. It's just like Black Lives Matter, right? Like Black Lives Matter, when you say we want to have a gender, like Black lives do matter. Do we need to have a way to talk about Latinos and Latinas that doesn't? Yes, but over time, it's like them and us. And I'm just saying that when you look at the breakdown of who calls themselves Latino, Latina, and Hispanic, the people who sent me the most messages about the bus is coming were not black people. They were Latinos and Latinas.
Well, how? Okay, so if Latinos and Latinas are generally, for lack of my understanding, Mexican, Puerto Rican, how do they get along with the Venezuelans? Like, I don't. Do they like culturally? Like, do they mesh? I know that they speak Spanish, but culturally, like, do they mesh? Like, are they having culture clashes?
I don't know if they're having culture clashes, but I think what they are doing is being smart enough to use our lack of knowledge of the nuance to take advantage and beat out the old Latinos. Like, I don't know if they're having conflict. I know that they're having conflict politically, right? And they are using the confusion of it to minimize the Latinos and Latinas. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. How much of our budget should we allocate? What's up, Devo? How much of this budget should we allocate to the new migrant, our welcoming our migrant brothers and sisters to Chicago?
Man, 100%, man. Give them everything they want, bro. I mean, I agree with Ruthie, and they won't play out until a few more years. So we know how as Chicagoans, we know how things kind of play out in Chicago. It's kind of quiet for a while, and then it'll be a wave, and then that'll be the norm. So it's going to play out politically for a while, but then at some point it will spill into the neighborhoods, because as these groups come in, and it could be any group, they will protect themselves and they will define their boundaries and they will protect their boundaries. So that's how things play out in Chicago, and I wouldn't expect anything less. The city already has a public safety crisis, so I think this program will continue to overwhelm public safety resources. So that's why I said 100% of social service stuff. Hey man, like, I don't know where else it kind of fits. Are we involved with the budget? Not as much. You see the comments from the Illinois Speaker of the House. So I'm going to assume that the black leadership of the state of Illinois, and that would trickle down to the Cook and aldermanic black caucuses, they also feel the same way, because you're not seeing any dissenting opinions on what should be done or what the appropriate course of action is. So they're going to be, like I said, they're going to be, because that's a natural tribal tendency of all cultures, and we beef too. You know what I'm saying? So it's beef between different segments of our society. So we, black people, we just have to figure out a way to resolve conflict and communicate and avoid the conflict. But that's where I'm at. Hey, can I say my Feel Good Friday, bro?
If you say something about the Bears, I'm hanging up on you. Go ahead.
No, hey, you gonna really be hey man.
Get ready, Riis.
Boy got
get ready, Riis.
Listen, the boy got elected to be the dorm president, bro.
Go on. That's what I'm talking about, DJ. Run the joint, boy. Tell him we gotta take over everything. We coming down,
bro.
We coming down.
Hey, bro. The honors dorm is now run by what's in it for the black people.
That's at Morehouse College.
Off the real. How long did that take? 3 weeks? 3 weeks?
Worldwide,
3 weeks,
baby.
right?
Worldwide.
Worldwide, bro. So, hey, man. Hey, bro. Thank you again, man. This is what we got to do. Groom these kids so that people recognize their leadership and instill in them the confidence to advocate for their people and whatever they trying to do, man. That's what we have to do. So, but yeah, bro, on that other stuff, hey, man, our leadership is disconnected from us. So we know we like we're the unsullied. We're the unsullied, bro. We're the unsullied, dog.
Okay. Look at that. What you know about the game, boy? You don't know nothing about that game.
Man, come on, man. Hey, when is the new podcast kicking off for the House of Dragons, man?
Hey, you know what? I got too much going on, so it'll be like the third week. I gotta build up some momentum. We gotta get it right before. We gotta get it in right before Monday Night Football. So it'll probably be like 6 o'clock, and then Monday Night Football, we gonna come on and be up at the Obsidian getting it all in. Do it live. We're gonna have a live studio audience for the House of the Dragons podcast too. So it's all going down, man. Plus, man, we gotta get it going. Tell my boy DJ he is the Tell Me Something Good. Wow. Tell him I got 2 boxes sitting at the crib.
Hey,
at the crib for him. So he better come on before I switch it over. My son keeps saying, "Who is this DJ? And why does he get boxes?" And
they need to get up, man. They need to get up and hey, man, like I said, bro, thank you for...
He coming down. We got to come down. The DJ got to be his host and walk him around. We got him coming down so he can get his college visit, though. He going to be a line now, but we still want him to come down to Morehouse. Check it out. So let's arrange a family tour.
Hey, don't let him go down to the A, bro. Don't let him go down there. I'm telling you. Don't let him go down there, bro.
Hey, man, I just got to show him a case. I just got to make sure I show him a case of monkeypox. He'll be back.
Say less. I love y'all, bro. Peace.
I love you too, dog. All right, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Maze, Riis, and Ruthie.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
This is Monster Jam, the official Monster Truck Series. Witness the world's best drivers competing in your favorite Monster Jam trucks. Be part of the action. Let's hear it. Make some noise. Brought to you by Great Clips. Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena September 16th through 18th.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water and I think of all the things what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. But won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. And are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay this fine that you've been dodging all the time? Are you still dizzy? Oh, yeah. Said I come home.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl Ruthie Moore plus my guy DJ Riis to rule on the ones and twos. And y'all, I just want to know, how much money should we allocate? Ruthie, do you think we should allocate what percentage of our budget? Understanding that we're probably going to start to see an influx. We are the landing spot for Afghanistanians.
Mm-hmm.
We are the landing spot for Ukrainians.
Mm-hmm.
And now we are the landing spot for Venezuelans, Cubans, and Guatemalans as they are being shipped. I think we've got to be realistic as a welcoming state. I think we've got to start allocating our budget to ensure that they get the proper resources. And so I think that they should get an allocation of the budget should be recalculated. The state, county, city budget should be recalculated, and the funds per each commissioner, we should look at where these immigrants will be populated, and we should recalculate how the money is distributed based on where the immigrants are going.
Mm.
So I think that the Black Caucus should take the lead in ensuring that we provide an equitable situation for our undocumented immigrants that are being trafficked here from Texas. And I think that us as Black people understanding what it is like to be trafficked should be at the forefront of leading the charge to ensure that these undocumented immigrants get all of the resources that they need. Everything from housing to economic development to educational resources, and then mental health and supportive wraparound services to help them cope with the trauma of getting here. And I think it is our duty. I think the mayor would be remiss if she does not go back to the budget and reallocate funds. I think we should allocate a percentage of the casino receipts. I think we should take a portion of the property tax raise that we're going to take, and there should be a special designation and a special fund to ensure that we are able to make sure that all of the undocumented immigrants that are being welcomed to the state are welcomed properly. I just want to know, how much should we allocate to this?
I need to see the total budget.
Well, let's say in the city of Chicago, the budget is, what was it, 12 million?
I
12 billion.
I just think I get it, but
what do you mean? I mean, I'm saying like Ruthie.
This
is a humanitarian crisis.
Yeah, so it's the people who be sleeping outside underneath the viaducts.
What people?
They there because they want to be there.
That's why you wouldn't see
all the people that's on phone kids trying to get in them shelters.
I think that we should make. Let me tell you what I think. I think we have a tremendous amount of vacant property in places like Inglewood, Auburn, Gresham. And I think what we should do is take Section 8 vouchers that, especially all the people that are getting tossed out because of their PPP loans and stuff like that. I think we should provide them with public housing or vouchers so that they can get a fresh start. I think we should also provide them with funding. Like they should all get a bank account. We should also provide them with a monthly allowance that allows them to get on their feet and get started.
What else would support look like? That's what it's gonna have to look like.
Oh, so you making fun of me now?
No. I'm saying, like, if we are saying we are a welcoming city.
Yes. So how much money should we?
Then they're gonna need all of that. Some of them are gonna need child care. Some of them are gonna need prenatal care. They're gonna, like you said, they're gonna need psychology. So if we're truly a welcoming city, they are going to need all of those services.
10% of the budget.
I gotta look at the total budget. What number is that? Because they're gonna need it for how long? Perpetuity?
I mean, how long do people get on public aid?
That's
I would say, like, man, How long? I mean, we are welcoming them to their new home. So my thing is, you got to get them to their feet.
Okay,
how much of our budget should 10% should their budget?
Riis said whatever it takes. Remember, Riis said that, and I think he might be on to something because I think it's gonna be whatever it takes. Because if you need a house, you gonna need your lights.
So I'm down with you on that, Ruthie. But my question is, so that has to be paid for, right? So I'm saying, where are we taking it from, or are we adding to the budget? Are we increasing taxes?
Let me tell you what I think. This is just my humble opinion. I believe J.B. Pritzker should privately fund this using his blind trust.
Oh!
He got the money. This should not come out of government funds. I believe this should be through private donations spearheaded by the Pritzker Foundation or the Pritzker Blind Trust or the Pritzker This Account. And let put your money where your mouth is, Mr. Governor, because we ain't got it.
Yes, we do.
He got it.
How much of our resources to the black community should we contribute to this effort?
None, because we ain't got nothing.
You tripping.
Personally speaking, the fact that this landed on Chicago's doorstep is really the problem, because Mexico really should be paying. We need to stop bending over to Mexico. Because we literally are leaving Texas. Here just
comes the letter.
The reviews of Ruthie
we
Moore.
just leaving
the views of Ruthie Moore are not the show's opinions expressed by Ruthie Moore are not that.
It ain't right. And then, but it literally puts Chicago and Illinois in a no-win situation, because think about the imagery of those people getting off that bus to nothing. And now they just sleeping on under Lower Wacker Drive.
That's we only save that for our own people.
But I'm saying the media will have a field day. So
it's whatever they want.
It's whatever is gonna make the politicians look good. Whatever is gonna keep Illinois looking like a safe, democratic bastion of humanitarianism. Even though we know it's all BS. But it's about the media optics. So whereas Abbott looks like a racist white man, Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, J.B. Pritzker are all benevolent human beings that want to instill dignity. Knowing we ain't got it in the budget.
Sister Zakia says, Maze, we have black families that have been on the waiting list for Section 8 for years. So you saying that illegal immigrants, undocumented, get it right, Sister Zakia, should be in front of black families? What I am saying is they are. And I'm saying that what I am saying is what we need to do is figure out how much of our portion of the safety net, how many vouchers should we give up to the undocumented immigrants? Right? Like out of the black community. So let's say there was 20,000. How much would you say, hey, we should give you?
If it was 20,000?
Yep. You good for 5,000?
Per?
No, you give them 20,000. Let's say if there's 100,000 vouchers in the black community.
Okay.
How many of those 100,000 should we allocate? How many will you think the Black Caucus or black elected officials advocate that we give out of our allocation? 10,000?
I would say none, because I ain't gonna stun. I think it's probably other immigrant populations that's here that need housing that might be like, whoa,
but you just got
on.
So let me ask a question. Are they going to then increase the budget, raise taxes, or are they going to? So Ruthie, like the money either has to be collected or it has to be reallocated. Now, if they're not going to do it, they're not going to do a new budget until, well, the mayor's doing her budget now. So I'm saying that the mayor should probably say, if she's not going to raise the taxes, then she needs to go to everybody and say, I need 10% from you, 10% from you, and 10% from you. How much percentage should black people give up to make sure that our undocumented brothers and sisters that have traveled here get, so that they can be good welcomed in the city?
If everybody giving up a percentage, I would say if everybody give up 5, that's let's start there.
Okay. So I think Ruthie thinks that black people in Chicago should give up 5%.
I said everybody.
Each,
yes,
right?
if
so we should pitch in.
No.
What do you mean? No, we gotta pitch in.
But I'm saying so what's the alternative? To allow them to languish in the streets? Like, Chicago don't want that bad press. We are a welcoming, liberal, democratic, humanitarian city.
What do them people that's under the bridge be saying?
Nobody care about them.
Do you not watch Inglewood Barbie's video?
Nobody cares about them vagrants.
I watch Inglewood Barbie.
Them people want to be homeless under there. These migrants coming for a better life. I'm just talking. But I'm just saying, I think that's the mentality. They already here in America. They had a chance.
Nick, you had a chance. You blew it. Let's go to the live line. Hold on. Let me say this real quick. Thank you to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM who is tuned in to the Maze Jackson Show. We appreciate you every day tuning in. You can still continue the conversation with us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. All right, caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. How much of the budget should we allocate to undocumented immigrants that are coming in?
0.
Is this Jake? Jake, you on the road, dog. What's going on, man? You 2 days in a row?
Yo. Hold on. A lot of them going to go back once they hit Chicago. When the winter comes, they ain't going to be, you know what I mean? And believe me, the Mexicans ain't going to be messing with them like that. They going to be going to war. They going to be going to, they ain't just going to be, it ain't going to be sweet for them. Where they going to put them? They'll put them out west. They'll put them over east. Where they'll put them? North side. Where they going? They go to the north side. They gonna be welcome. Where they going? Downtown. Where they going? Where are they going in the city and feel welcome and all cuddly or whatever? That is just not gonna happen, bro. They come to the city. When they come to the city, they gonna get the welcome. I mean, it's just what it is. And Abbott know what's going on here in Texas. You know how many what you call so-called black people have moved to Texas, Dallas, and Houston? This is the hot spot right now. There's so many people from all across the country, all the sisters and brothers from all across the country coming to Houston. So Harris County is it. It's like Atlanta. I moved to Atlanta in 93. I lived there 10 years too, or so or more. Right? I moved there in 93. Shout out to my man, you know what I mean? The guy that's down there. I moved in 93. I was in my young 20s or whatever, and had a ball. Happened to move in a rooming house right around Beckwith and James B. Brawley, across the street from the ACU Center, and right around the corner from Spillman Dorm. Even though I never got down with none of the sisters at the dorm or whatever, but just the experience itself. It was just the A stuff. The A is something. I worked at the CNN Center, so the whole experience. And this is what I wanted to say to you yesterday, too. Because when you was talking about King, you know what I mean, what they did to King as he talked or whatever, right? The thing King said, and they killed him 24 hours later, is that we as a people shall get the promised land. So that's the future. And so they can have Chicago, they can have all that stuff because when that Chi-Town wind blows so cold, and they gonna be like, oh hell, I can't take this shit, and they gonna leave. All
right, Jake. Let me tell you what I think though that we're not, and Ruthie, I think we talked about this a little bit earlier. I think that the people that are coming are well prepared to carve out their space.
What? This is the promised land.
Like, I feel like they come in first of all, let me just say this. I saw some dudes getting off the bus and they were from Nicaragua, and I thought they was black until they started talking. Then the other part I was telling you is a lot of our immigrant brothers and sisters are coming from, you like how I like that, immigrant brothers and sisters, see how I'm doing that. They're coming from war-torn places. This lady said she made $2 a month. Do you understand what they are prepared to do to survive? Do you understand that? Like we used to think Latinos were sweet to an extent. Then they had an influx of cartelians carved out their space. Now there was a time when the city was run by brothers. We controlled the game, we controlled the streets, guess what? Employees. Workers. And I'm just telling you, when you talk about MSM and all them California killers, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you, don't be surprised. Have we not just seen machete robberies lately? Where you heard of a machete robbery? Where? I'm just telling y'all, man. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to take, cartelians. We're going to take a quick message. We're going to take a quick break, and then we come back. I do want to talk about the weed thing that's going on, because I had an interesting call from a friend of mine who represents a cartel, a cannabis cartel, and they was laughing. They was like, got him. Did you hear about the 182 conditional social equity licenses that they cannot take investments until they can demonstrate that it's ready to go? Which means that they can't get investors on their conditional licenses. Which means that, guess what, Ruthie? They about to try and choke them straight the frick out. We're going to talk about it more when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show. And they was really laughing because they was like, got him again.
Okay. So just before we go to break, I just want to just read this paragraph.
Read it.
Particularly interesting. It's about what we were talking about with migration, immigration. It says, while some critics, this is from the ElPasoMatters.org. It says, while some critics say Abbott's program to send migrants out of Texas is a political ploy meant to stir the Republican base, they also point out that it may help migrants regardless of its intention. That's because migrants are being bused to cities where immigration courts are more likely to approve their asylum applications. Since 2019, for example, Chicago immigration courts have granted asylum or other relief in 55% of cases compared to 25% in El Paso.
Say that. No, read that last sentence again. The El Paso part.
It says, since 2019, for example, Chicago immigration courts have granted asylum or other relief in 55% of cases compared to 25% in El Paso, Texas, according to the Transactional Records Access Clearinghouse at Syracuse University. In New York City, immigration judges have granted asylum or other means of relief from deportation to 73% of cases since 2019, according to the data gathering organization. Interesting, right?
Beyond. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Official Monster Truck Series. Witness the world's best drivers competing in your favorite Monster Jam trucks. Be part of the action.
Let's hear it! Make some noise!
Brought to you by Great Clips. Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena September 16th through 18th.
You didn't do carry the weight for love, kept it moving, ain't things get hard, you gotta be strong. I'm right there with you. So live your whole truth and be your whole you. Yeah, they can talk behind your back, but they can't hold you. I don't keep my trauma, all my feelings in a bottle. Take a shot, no drama, just want you to know what I know. It don't last forever, promise it gets better. You've been through the biggest storm, but you can change the weather. Been under pressure, you know my name. Whenever the heat comes, I put out the flame. It made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. You know my name. Smoker pushing on the gas. Hey, I've been moving in the fast lane. Don't be looking in the past, 'cause when you're looking, you get past. Don't get it twisted, I ain't forget. You know I've been through a whole bunch of this shit, 'cause I put a line on that song 'cause I'm lit. Can't nobody question I'm legit. I've been on the move, 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 move. Move, make it do what it do. Ain't got nothing to prove. Redefining the cool, hey. I don't keep my trauma, all my feelings in a bottle. Take a shot, no drama, just want you to know what I know. It don't last forever, promise it gets better. You've been through the biggest storm, but you can change the weather. Been under pressure, you know my name. Whenever the heat comes, I put out the flame. It made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. It made me a diamond. You know my name. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. Focus on your mission and get to your bag. Get to your bag. Push the vision you got. And they say you get it, your haters get mad. Focus on your mission and get to your bag. Get to your bag. Push the vision you got.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happening in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, ho, one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. The Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that makes us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Oh, wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, my man, DJ Riis, the ruler. And I want to figure out, what do we need to do to welcome our immigrant brothers and sisters to Chicago? I'm going to tell you, the more and more I think about what is happening to them, these guys were taken in the middle of the night. They were thrown on buses, traveled to dark places where they didn't know, only to be released into a place where people were treating them hostile. It almost feels like slavery, Ruthie.
Ooh.
This is modern day slavery, and I think that it is important that we do not let this happen. Like, think about how many, we as black people should understand this and be able to identify with our migrant brothers and sisters. That's why I think we've got to give up probably at least 5% of our cut in the social services net to ensure, because we understand what our migrant brothers and sisters are going through. This is modern day chattel slavery, if you ask me. It's very likely. It's just like it. I mean, how can we as black folks not empathize? Why are you holding your breath? Why are you breathing like that? I mean, it's Ruthie. This is like slavery. This is very much slavery in the new century. And coming from Texas, with the racism in Texas, we know that this is just another version of slavery. I'm with the mayor. I'm with the mayor on this. I mean, I truly believe, like, how can we not be welcoming? How can we not open our arms? We, as black people who understand the history of slavery and racism in this country, gosh darn it.
That's why we offended.
What are we offended for?
Because we looking for reparations.
And man, y'all better cool. Look,
we need reparations.
Y'all need to stop crying, man. We need to. You have had your time.
But I do empathize with the plight of people who flee from somewhere and have nothing. But I think there is a difference from fleeing and being stolen and taken and kidnapped.
You would have to understand.
And chained under a boat. Give
me
the bus ride. Give me the bus ride over being
Ruthie,
chained underneath the boat.
We're all immigrants. We are all immigrants. That story has been repeated over and over, and we have to break the cycle. Go to the live line. Caller, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I am your host, Maze Jackson. What you got for me, caller? What are we going to do how much of our safety net should we give up to protect our immigrant brothers and sisters? And this is very similar to slavery. Wouldn't you agree? Caller? Hello? Somebody on speakerphone.
Maze?
What's up, caller?
Oh. Hello, Maze?
Hello, I'm here. Caller, what's up? Yeah. Take us off a speakerphone.
Shit.
Dang! Good thing it's after the Saints. Good thing with the Saints is gone.
Yeah, I'm glad it is too. Cause I'm Robert, by the way. I called a few times, but man, what you're saying is not connecting with me, brother. Just to be perfectly honest, you got to answer some questions for me. Are you like? Couple things. Are you playing are you trying to play chestnut checkers or something like that and trying to do a Chewy thing and really act all accommodating to these folks just to kind of us to build some type of coalition how Chewy did with those Latinx people you talking about? Or are you really trying to just kick the addict with the needle in his arm on Madison and Pulaski, which is us, by the way, and basically tell us like Byron that you've been telling us that basically, hey, bro, they coming in your joint. They finna move in our community. They finna take all our resources, all our social equity or whatever all our social services. Are you basically saying they finna be turned loose in our community to concrete jungle, because you talking about they came from all these terroristic places and they got machetes. So basically, they finna come in our ghettos and hoods. Is that what you basically saying?
I'm saying,
what you saying?
this is what I'm saying, Robert.
Ain't connected with me.
Robert, so let me say this, Robert.
You know what I'm saying?
Robert,
you got me hot, bro. Like, I just want to know, are you trying to play chess? Now, that's what I think you're trying to do, is trying to pull a Chewy move. And, like, we can rally these people and be on our side and have more of a strength, and then we can, do some things. I hope you saying that and not, because basically I think you said we the addicts are trying to wake us up. Like, fire, they're coming to replace us. They're going to be on 87th, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be on the south side with us. Like, what you, like, I know you laughing, but, like, man, bro. Like,
look, Robert. You better stop your complaining. You better stop this whining and crying. I'm tired of y'all not recognizing that we have all been immigrants in this country. And we as black people must embrace our immigrant brothers and sisters and share our pie with them. Now, I have told you for the last 2 years.
What pie? What pie? What pie? What pie? Shell, red rashes, like Ruthie be saying from the fence, this little crumbs we get, hey, let's divide this little crumb in half. What? We don't even want to do that with others, so now we got to share with these folks, and this is what you telling us? Man, come on, bro.
Look, Robert. Robert, what part of we are a welcoming city? What part of we have taken?
We're not even welcoming in the city. We not even citizens.
Robert, why
you out of it?
Robert, why you pressure up? All I'm saying is, Robert, is that we as black people should understand the plight of these people that were taken in the dark, put on buses, luxury buses, and driven to Chicago. Now, what I'm also...
What luxury bus we been on, bro? The mega bus? The mega bus, whatever that is? The mega bus that's defunct?
My brother, boats and buses are similar, right? Don't you understand? See, what you got to understand...
Do they got to ride on the back like us? Do they have to ride on the back like us?
No, they got the whole bus.
Like,
look, man, we've come so far, Robert, and we cannot take up these racist tropes from the governor of Texas. These are human beings. They are being trafficked like slaves.
Ain't all of us moving to Texas? Ain't all of us moving to Texas like you said? Where black people moving to? We moving to Atlanta, Texas. Everybody moving to Texas, but they say they don't even agree with the governor's politics or whatever, but everybody moving there. I don't even get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up, man?
Robert, I just want you to understand. I want black people to understand, man. Look, there is a narrative in the state. We right here in the city of Chicago, as recently as last year, voted. People stood up and voted to remove citizenry from our Constitution, from anything in the city of Chicago. We said as a welcoming city that everybody is the same, that we don't have any rules, that you cannot be judged based on whether you are a citizen or not. And so understanding that is who we are, I think we as black people have to give up resources that are the limited resources in our community. You know how they be like the widow's mite. You know they taught us in the Bible, share. Even if you only got a penny, share. Now, I talk to y'all all the time about this minority participation, right? And I always talk about how the pool is getting deleted and diluted and diluted and diluted, right? I say now people of color is black, white, Asian, Latino. We are now adding Latinx. And so all I'm saying is,
so basically,
Robert,
So basically, you being like the Texas governor, the black folks telling us, this is what y'all wanted, this is what y'all said, y'all want to be welcome, and da-da-da-da-da. Here goes your medicine. That's what you're telling us, bro. You playing with us, and this is all, everything Maester Diamond say, like you say, May say, I always say, what May say, or the book of May. And that's what it's all coming to fruition. It's all coming to fruition. That's what you said. That's why you laugh, because you playing with us, and it's happening, and we don't have a plan. We don't have, man. Never mind, man. You got me thinking, bro. I don't think. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
Robert, that's the whole point. It is to make you think. let me tell you. If I was to tell you that this is a terrible thing, that this is bad, that we have limited resources, there would be black people who would come against me and call me racist. They would sit by as people take and write letters, etc. And so what I have come to the recognition is that my job is to highlight the opportunity, right? Highlight it. Those are my immigrant brothers and sisters. We share camaraderie. We are people of color. We are people of color together. Say that one more time.
Can we stop making the funk to just be anti? Can we stop making the funk to just stand in our just and be anti? Like, so what y'all call us anti? Yep, I'm anti. This is what I'm on. I'm like the white folks. We not with.
The challenge is you know what? Let me tell you. The challenge with this is, though, Robert, is that they would then find the black people who would then call us the racist people, and then they would use us as the tools to leverage more resources, right? Think about this. So people, if I tell the black truth, check this out. You tell the black truth, and then white folks go and say you're racist, and then they use the fact that you told the truth to raise money to beat you down, right? To beat your people down. But we can't say we with them. We can't say we with the white folks and we with them, and for what to be with the white folks? You know how that works out. We all we got, homie. We all we got.
You right.
Like, look, how many times we gonna run up on that one? Like, when is the last time we trust anybody we trusted worked out? I'm just saying. And so my thing is, let us join our brothers and sisters who share this chattel moment. Right? They are being trafficked. So, Robert, all I'm saying is, brother, how much do you want to give? How much of our resources do you want to give up? Do you think you want to give up?
Well, y'all talking 5. I'm at 2. I'm at 2%.
Look at they got you already, hey, man, dog. Bro. So how many spots in the county hospital should we give up? How much of ours? There was $100 million in violence prevention funds that went out yesterday. I think we're going to see a spike in violence. How much of that violence prevention money should be allocated towards this, right? I appreciate your call, Robert, but I'm just saying, my brother, as we all share this experience of immigrants, because we are all immigrants. Remember, Barack told us. Remember, he was like, we just came on boats. Brother, I appreciate your call, and I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I'm just suggesting that we need to figure out what we're going to give up to make sure that our brothers and sisters are taken care of. The immigrant population, we are a welcoming city. We allow them to take out citizen, the thing that we fought for as blacks in America, the right to vote, to be citizens, to get all the rights and privileges of citizens. And here in our state, county, and city, we have absolved that. So I am with trying to make sure that we welcome our undocumented immigrants. Riis, switch over to my computer, because I want to play a little statement from the mayor yesterday about what she says about the migrants. I want to play a little clip from both her and Governor Abbott from Texas, and let's see how this comes out. This is courtesy of Forbes breaking news. All right. Let me see. Let me take this off. Take that off. Let me switch that over. Riis, ready? Here we go.
When I walked into this room and I looked at the folks here, it feels like we are in a chapel, and we are the chorus. We are the chorus that has come together to sing a song of partnership, collaboration, and unity. A song of welcome for our brothers and sisters who are now here in our city and traveling from far away, looking for and seeking the same thing that all of us want: peace, safety, shelter, be able to raise their children in a way that
you got peace, safety, and shelter,
have the ability to prosper.
Your children
and that, to me, is really what this moment is about. We are Chicago, a welcoming city, a city where we live our values every single day, a city where immigrants and refugees have been a part of the fabric of the city from our earliest days. Last night, we showed our mettle, the best of who we are.
What are you laughing
We have
for?
organized and collaborated and come together to ensure that a group of migrants from Venezuela would have food, clothing, and shelter. And that's what we do, because this is who we are as Chicagoans. I want to next thank our many partners. And I will read a formal list in a moment.
Partners gets
I
paid.
have to start
Paid
with
partners.
thanking several people in the mayor's office who have been working tirelessly for some time. Paul Gurdridge, our Chief Operations Officer, Tina Holland, our Chief Engagement Officer, Nubia Willman, the head of our Office of New Americans, Darcy Flynn, the head of our Gender-Based Violence Initiatives, Maria Martinez of our IGA team. I also want to thank Commissioner Brandy Kanazi and the team at the Department of Family and Support Services.
Resources.
They have been working tirelessly doing yeoman's work. I also want to thank Director Rich Gaitis of the OAMC for his always outstanding leadership in coordinating
Shout out
and
to
rallying
Rich.
city services.
I like Rich Gaitis.
Rich, thank you as well. I am joined, as you can see, by local, state, and federal community leaders to discuss last night's arrival of the migrants who were bused here to our.
Wow. Look at this.
Damn you too!
94% of people believe company culture
What?
is important to an organization's success. Frankly, I have no idea what the other 6% are thinking. You know, usually when people look up ways to improve culture, they look for best practices. And best practices are good, but they're even better
All right, hold on.
when you put them with best principles.
Let me skip that ad. Here we go.
City.
Let's go.
And reiterate our continued commitment to being a welcoming city for all. 75 individuals were dropped off at Union Station. The conclusion of what I can only imagine was a confusing, distressing, and mentally exhausting half day traveling across our country.
Half day. How long was the Middle Passage? My bad.
After a long journey to even get here. The city, which has been preparing for this day for some time, quickly collaborated across various departments and agencies to ensure that we greeted them with dignity, respect, and importantly, with resources. And we understand that many of these individuals who are, as you heard, primarily from Venezuela, are fleeing violent, traumatic, and otherwise unsustainable environments in their home countries. And will continue to respond, and we will continue to respond with essential services while they can navigate their next steps of their journey. This is a very important moment for our city to stand up and unite and help these individuals start the next chapter of their lives on solid ground and solid footing. For decades, our city has been a sanctuary for thousands of newcomers. And every year, our city welcomes hundreds of migrants and provides them with much needed assistance.
Migrants.
And when I say our city, I don't just mean our city government. I mean community-based organizations, our neighbors.
I want to see
stand
who are
up
the black
and
people
rally
at the press
to
con.
support. We saw that last year with Afghanis who are fleeing the terrible violence and destruction in their home country. We've seen that more recently with Ukrainians who are coming here to join family members in many instances. But whether they join family or not, we welcome them with open arms. The assistance that we provide by our community partners who have been working diligently to ensure our safety net is woven together as tightly as possible to support each and every one of our new.
Why do I feel like this is Highland Park all over again? Right? Like, why do I feel like we're deploying? Why do I feel Highland Park vibes? Like, all the same things that kids in our neighborhoods are fleeing violence, looking for peace. All the things that she's saying describe Chicagoans, black Chicagoans. Even this long, dark 13-hour ride, I just be thinking, man, I told y'all, man, this is very similar to slavery. Let's go.
Neighbors. It's thanks to their efforts, complemented by the city's resources, that immigrants and refugees who arrived here, and certainly last night, and their families did receive the shelter, food, and most importantly, protection. Let me say loud and clear to Greg Abbott and his enablers in Texas. With these continued political stunts, Governor Abbott has confirmed what unfortunately many of us had already known, that he is a man without any morals, humanity, or shame. Instead of treating these individuals with respect that they deserve, the due process that our laws require, Governor Abbott chose instead to inhumanely load them onto buses, send them on a more than 12-hour journey across a country that they don't know.
Not an ocean.
And to drop them off without any regard for what the next steps are.
And then sold.
Folks, these are human beings, moms and dads, young children, elders, who deserve our respect and dignity. They're not cargo. They are not chattel. They're human.
Back up. I told y'all this was like slavery. Let me hit y'all with that one again, because I think y'all missed it. Cargo and chattel. This is why we must link up. Let me read this. Let me let y'all hear this one more time. Ready? Here we go.
Who deserve our respect and dignity. They're not cargo.
Cargo slaves.
They're not chattel.
Chattel slaves.
They're human beings, just like you and me. Governor Abbott's racist and xenophobic practices of expulsion have only amplified the challenges many of these migrants have experienced on their journey to find a safe place. The governor's actions are not just inhumane, they are unpatriotic. This cannot be who we are as Americans. We have to stand for a different and better set of principles. If we are going to be a leader in the world, on the international stage, but even here at home, we must reject these policies and practices and say, as Americans, we must do better. I also want to say shame on the bus companies, who frankly are just as complicit in...
Which bus company?
Reese, why was that funny to you too? Because it's like, that's like, come on now, you taking it too far.
Let's go. Ready?
Yeah, Shane at the bus company.
Like the bus company, like, what the hell I do? Look, so what they supposed to? The governor would have made them walk.
This is too much.
And being a part of this indignity. And while there's no way that we can fully make up for the cruelty that our new neighbors have experienced, what we have and will continue to do is welcome them with open arms and refuse to turn our backs on them at a time when they need support the most. So I do want to formally thank all of the community partners and organizations who've been providing and will continue to provide this needed support. And many of them are with us here today. Let me start, of course, with the Salvation Army. Thank you. Catholic Charities.
Hey, Reese, here we go.
For just $67.
Yo, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We got about 3, 2, ready, set, go.
National Immigrant and Justice Center, NIJC, the Hannah Center, Erie Neighborhood House, Rincon Family Services, Onward House, Metropolitan Family Services Legal Aid Society, ICER, Interfaith Coalition for Detained Immigrants.
How many black people?
Erie Family House
getting
Centers,
into this money?
Esperanza Health Centers, American Business Immigration Coalition, Pilsen Neighbors Community Council, Family Focus, and Panas in Chicago. I must also thank the state.
No Auburn
led by, of course, Governor Pritzker, and you'll hear from Deputy Governor Saul Flores in a moment. I also want to thank President Preckwinkle and Cook County government, who have also stepped up in really important ways in this moment. I also want to thank
how long for she do
Alderman Nugent for her support and for her continued leadership in welcoming these migrants to our city and her ward. We are standing in her ward today. I also want to thank other City Council colleagues, including Alderman Merboyos, who is also here with us today. Though Senator Durbin, Duckworth, and Representative Schakowsky could not be in attendance, their unwavering support, we couldn't do this work without them. I also want to thank them for everything.
They taking your money. Do they thank the black people yet?
For immigration rights here in Illinois, and for the staff who are here today that they sent representing our federal delegation. Thanks to each and every one of them. Folks, this is, as I said, an important moment in our city's history. We're going to look back on this chapter, I am confident, with great pride because of what all of us, the collective we, have and will continue to do to stand tall in this moment and make sure that we live our values as a welcoming city. Now, with that, I'd like to welcome to the microphone Ted Berger, who is from Cook County and is a board executive director of emergency management and regional security.
Yeah. Chattel. Cargo.
This is the same black woman that compared the fugitive slave law to the Illinois abortion stuff. Remember? And I said she thinks she Harriet Tubman.
Can you do me a favor? Find that commercial. And I don't need you to do the beginning of it. I just need from now. I know that. This goes to my things I love and hate about black people. I love that we can talk about our pain and suffering. I hate when it's used for white people.
I don't like the leverage.
I don't like, and now nobody black, nobody white can say nothing.
Nobody can say anything.
All right, I'm about to get a letter.
Nobody. If you are a black elected official, either you quiet or you caping for the migrants.
And my question is like everything that they are trying to provide the migrants or immigrants are things that we want in this city.
Not want, things that we need.
And have been asking for. Play it, Riis. Okay, it's the Mace Jackson Show. Look, y'all.
And will do everything in my power to protect you.
Regarding the CBS 2 story last night about the raid on the social worker's home, why did your administration go to court to try and prevent the body camera video from being broadcast? And why is your administration asking a federal judge to punish Miss Young for sharing video of her own home being raided?
And I watched that video. Now, this case was litigated in federal court. The federal judge put in place an order. There's allegations that she has violated that. A federal judge put rules in place. It's for that judge to determine whether or not that was appropriate. I'm not going to sit here and second guess a federal judge or how the information related to that matter was handled. That's for that judge who I know and is very competent and I'm sure will be fair in assessing.
Because COPA has not yet made a decision in 22 months on this?
I just, look, we got to fess up and we got to clean it up.
You have the wrong place! You got the wrong house! You got the wrong house!
We will and we must continue to say her name.
The pain and suffering of black people is used for the profitability. You can turn it on. And that is our pain and suffering is marketable. It's just that. It's marketable for everybody else because we become the simile. We become like. Whew. I want for us to be cognizant of what is happening in our face. Like the insult of calling of, like, I don't even like the connotations of this being slavery. I don't. Am I wrong for that?
No.
Like for
as a black man, you can be offended by that. And can't nobody gaslight you to tell you that you should not be offended by that. If that offends you, that offends you. You are a black man. You understand history and your present circumstances here in this country. So anything that comes up as a threat against that, we should crush it totally. But they tie our hands up and they use black politicians to spearhead these policies that take away from our pie. Or what's the caller said, what pie?
Robert, you tripping, man. Robert was hot. He was mad. What is you telling us? Are you telling us to lay down? Goddamn.
You know what the crazy thing is? I just been over here just doing a little bit of research. But y'all peep and go back and look at the rhetoric between Governor Abbott and the mayor of New York. It's been going on since July. But do y'all know that we got 75 on the bus, but about 6,000 were busting are in New York.
They're coming here.
Now my question is, we can handle 75, but what we gonna do with 75,000?
Riis, do you remember when I was doing the math yesterday? So,
because Governor Abbott, let me tell you something, Lori Lightfoot, you cannot outmaneuver this man because he is playing for keeps. So while you doing a humanitarian thing, he gonna keep on busting people, and he said he want to see your sanctuary city policies in action. And the first time that we start begging for federal help to deal with this, what the response gonna be? Because they told the DC mayor, no, we can't send the National Guards in. So what we gonna do?
And what's gonna happen when there is something pops off, Ruthie? Lord help you if there's a violent crime. Lord help you if there is anything. And here's the other part. You know, the mayor was like, shame on the bus company. Why the bus company shouldn't make no money? Because all of them heartlands and all of them associations, what you think they getting? You think they ain't finna get no money? You think they not paying these people you think they giving them free housing? You think somebody donated housing? No. The reason we're welcoming, the reason you saw them agencies lined up, because they was like, there's more funds. And even if they don't federally fund it, that's why I asked you, how much of our budget are we going to put towards this? Like, no shade. Somebody should call Alderman Dow. Mm-hmm. She's the budget chair, and ask, is the mayor switching up the budget? Here's the other thing I think that Governor Abbott is being smart about. He's alienating Lori Lightfoot from the constituencies that she needs the most.
Like what you mean?
How many black people are for this?
Oh, I've only heard black politicians publicly saying they for it.
So now think about going into an election where you're telling black people who you need to vote for you that you just compared their stuff to slavery. I'm just saying, like, Abbott is going. So your base of your constituency, you talking to the policy and what sounds cool politically, but the people that's voting are like, oh, so you said skip us? Like, so wait, they need safety, but we don't. They need shelter, but we don't. They need food, but we don't. They need education, but we don't. See, he's also driving a wedge in between black politicians. It's like, look, your people ain't even standing up for you. They running around here. They know. Anybody seen Kamala?
It's a genius political move on Abbott, but also think about the strain on Texas, on the resources in Texas. Like, what would you do if I got family that live in Arizona, and literally, like, Arizona is doing the same thing with busing people into these sanctuary city states. I think it's a genius strategy because, like Abbott said, okay, put your money where your mouth is. And so, like you said earlier, you've been a little facetious, but we got to provide because we said we was this. So now you got to be about that action.
Now, Ruthie, let me take it one more level. Where do you start to put them? You put them in places where you want to change the political dynamic. Now, remember, all these people that come, so imagine 7,000, 10,000, 20,000 people come. You could change the dynamics of an election.
Because 75 is a small amount.
Well, that was the opening up. Like, I bet you we have a welcoming center at some point.
So it's kind of like it's really just looking at the political aspect of this, and it's hard to take away the humanitarian aspect, but just looking at this politically, I think Mayor Lightfoot played right into the hands of Governor Abbott.
I think so too. She'd be busy playing national politics, trying to get CNN, and the people in town is like, hold on, God, and let me just help her. If any of them get caught in a crime during this election cycle. Look, it's the Mace Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break. I was going to talk about cannabis, but we got to talk about something good. So we'll talk about cannabis on Monday, but we're going to finish this conversation. Oh, we got a caller? Caller on the Mace Jackson Show. What's up?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hey, caller, I can.
Hey, it's Lucretia Bird.
Lucretia!
Yeah.
What up? How much of our money should we give up to our undocumented brothers and sisters? And I think they should get a cut of reparations too. They've been dragged across the country, 13-hour bus ride. What you talk about?
I don't have time for it. So, listen, I want to say this. I think immigration is a very tense issue that I think that Black folks who believe in the civil rights movement, we kind of pigeonholed ourselves to be like the go-to for all injustices. And I think it's about time for Black people to start being specific about the needs of Black people and, you know, sticking our chest out about the harms and injustices that we face. I also think, I think that it's dangerous for Black people who are very progressive, because I do consider myself progressive, to get into a back and forth about, you know, immigration and like, you know, us like, I don't want us to be seen as denying the humanity of other people, but I just think that we have to do a better job of uplifting the harms and the things that we face. So, for example, they're busing people, you know, who are experiencing injustice and harm in their country here, right? I think we need to bus the Black men on Skid Row to some of these, you know, places that are, you know, also providing hope and support for people, just to say that, look, we need the same or more, you know, resources because we have been victimized by this country. So they need to prioritize us. But I feel like when we focus so much on immigration, but we don't talk about the other side in terms of what we need, I think we lose a little bit. So I want us to start studying and putting out the numbers about how Black people have been impacted by certain things. One thing that I've come to realize is that the most vulnerable Black population or group, I think right now, is the Gen X group who's been impacted by the war on drugs. And I think we need to start quantifying the harms and how they've been left out, because they're also the ones who are homeless. You know, and like they're tapped out of housing, like they're tapped out of like education. Like when people talk about this free loans and making it college free, how that's going to help a 50-something Black person who was incarcerated for most of their life? Like, how are they going to get into the labor market? I think we need to start focusing on our vulnerable population. And I thought you're doing that with like what's going on in Mississippi. I think we need to continue to do that. But yeah, that's all I want to say. I don't want us to keep just, you know, focusing on immigration, but we're not talking about what our needs are. Like, let's counter, like, let's, you know, put our folks up here on the same sort of pedestal so we can get the attention and have our needs addressed as well. You know what I'm saying?
I think so. I do know what you're saying. I would just tell you that, Lucretia, it's been my experience with Black folks that they got to be mad to work. Like they gotta reach a level.
Said we have to be what?
Mad. Like that, you gotta reach a point of like, okay, we can't take this no more. Because I'm telling you, Black people are passive. Like, again, think about the gravity of our mayor having the audacity to compare this to slavery. And there's no outrage. There's no, and I think for Black people, like you heard Robert call up, because we have to shake our people. Like, we have become complacent in this state that we're in. And so a lot of times, like, even when you heard me at the beginning of this being like, we got to welcome our brothers and sisters, and right, because it's, Lucretia, so much hits us at so many ways, you don't even be knowing which one to go fight. You be like, well, hold on. You mean to tell me that the mayor of the city of Chicago just said, send them all, right? We're going to welcome people. She lists the whole list of everything that we need for this group, and Black folks was like, I ain't even know. Think about Mississippi. Yesterday we had people call in and say, I didn't know what was going on in Mississippi, and then let me kick my own self in the butt, because while I was so busy focusing on Mississippi, we gonna drive right through our own Dixmoor to go drive right through Dixmoor to go help some other people, still our family, but because it's the sexy thing. And so, like right now, taking care of immigrants' needs is a sexy, hot topic. Taking care of the Black people that's dying every day, that's not sexy. We know about that. We used to that. And so for me, part of my strategy generally is, and it's not even about the mayor, it's just about our lack of outrage for anything. Like, you could just do anything. Like, somebody has to say, we cannot make this compared to slavery. And when you can, with nobody saying nothing, then that's how you get. We all immigrants. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to tell you something good because we got to end this on an up. Up and away. We'll be right back after these messages.
Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
What's in it for the black people?
I want to know, is there an offensive black people list? Who manages it, and do black people have to honor it?
Maze. You're Uncle Tom. That's why you're an offensive. And the reason why you're Uncle Tom is the real story of Uncle Tom. How he worked for his freedom, and then the slave master reneged on him and wouldn't let him get his freedom. So you know what he did? He left. You're messing with the church's money. You were smart enough to work your way off, so you offended the white folks, and then you offended the black folks because your ass left, and because they wouldn't. And who manages the left is both black folks and white folks, because if you see in that situation, the black folks is just as mad as the white slave owner that Uncle Tom left.
What happens if you say that and someone gets offended?
You ran off the plantation, brother. That's why you're offended. That's all I got, bro. Keep being offensive.
Thank you.
Maze Jackson.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She clamped through the Capitol window, reached security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater, but she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history, all because they did get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gonna tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed to certain rights we are not granted. The media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narratives. Terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wilding with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and
All right, listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Y'all, it is, I don't know where this show went. It got away from me. So, look, we got to get to Tell Me Something Good Friday. I had a whole show. I'm going to save some of this because I do think I had some good stuff. Wow. Oh, and speaking of that, just so you know, Riis, there's a new feature that we are qualified for, so we can play actually licensed music now. So I will get you a library. Yes, I am with our Facebook status. We now have the ability, not this music. It's a library. It's a catalog, but it's pretty extensive. So we can actually start getting in some. Hopefully, I don't know if Jay was in there, but hopefully we can get some of our good stuff in there without getting dinged by Facebook anymore. First in its likely of its history. All right, y'all. It's time for Tell Me Something Good Friday, and I gotta say. This has actually been a good week for me. You know, I think that, Ruthie, you know how they say count it all. What is it? Count it all joy? Mm. So it's like count it all joy. You know, I think that oftentimes I can get very stressed out over small stuff, right? Because I pay attention to detail. Well, let me not say I pay attention to detail. I think it's never the big things that bother me. It's usually the little things because I always think like, man, I have to look behind my shoulder. But I think instead of now, getting bent out of shape. I think I just kind of put it in perspective and say, hey, you know what? I've been blessed. And so some crazy stuff happened this week. And I had to get from my 24-hour rule, went to 48, went to 72. But after 72, I said, you know what? This keeps happening to you because you haven't learned the lesson that you need to learn. And there is somewhere in me that always wants to believe the best. But you got to start meeting people where they at. Not projecting on them what you want them to be or who you hope they will be, but know them for who they are. And then once you do that, makes your life a lot simpler. And so that is like, it was a big deal to me. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and here it comes Friday. And now I'm just kind of like, you know what? I got a lot of blessings in the world.
I know that's right.
Let me go ahead and count my blessings instead of my haters. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I got some more, but this is what I want to do. Ruthie, I know it's Friday, so you're like, it's Friday. You got to come harder than that. So tell me something good.
No harder than Friday.
Oh, Lord.
I got something good.
Go ahead, tell me something good.
Happy Labor Day to all the people who in labor unions, all the people that died in the meatpacking factory back in the day, and to all the people that just get up and go to work. I feel like you need a day off. So if you don't got the day off, call off. Get you a long weekend in. Tell them you sick.
Okay.
That's my something good. Labor Day.
Labor Day. All right, that's a good one. Let's do that. Let's do that. That's a good stuff. Labor Day. Y'all barbecuing? Y'all fishing?
Ain't this the last barbecue that you can get in, right?
You sound crazy. I barbecue 24. I barbecue 12.
Because you got a green egg.
I got a. It's like a black.
It's generic. It ain't the real one.
Cause I it's like, you know why I bought
flagging with your green egg.
You know why I did my, like, I felt like it looked like, so the knockoff is exactly like it. It's just exactly like it, but I've only used it 3 times, and I feel like now I just don't have the
cost benefit analysis.
I'd be like, Green Street, hit me.
That's your green egg.
You get right. Green Street smoke meats, hit me up, right? And then, you know, when I will give me some Urban Bar. You know, I like me some Wiley's. But I just feel like, what?
Urban barbecue?
Yeah, I mean, white people done took over barbecue in Chicago.
They got the thermometers on their phones.
Ruthie mad. Ruthie done sold y'all out. Don't make me show you my text message.
I don't eat pork ribs no more.
I'm just saying. Beef brisket. Why don't no black people sell brisket? Because it take too long. You can't cook brisket. You can't cook brisket.
I think the price point.
Brisket is cheap.
No. What they need to charge for it after they done cooked it, and this is my thing. If you smother your brisket in barbecue sauce, it probably don't taste that good.
Okay.
Would you agree with that? Because you were kind of sore.
I am. So, the best barbecue requires no sauce.
No sauce.
And
how you get that end piece with all that bark on it? Did you request that?
You know, when I go places, they be like, I'd be like, you know, when I wear a Black Power shirt or something, the white people be like, get a new one out. Don't be cutting. And the people in front of me, the people who was behind me was like, there's still some left on it. It's like, no. Yep. Brisket. DJ Riis, the ruler, on the ones and twos. What's up, man? Tell me something good. Tell me something good Friday. What you got for me, man?
On top of it, it's a 3-day weekend. But like I don't have weekends. It's just really days I don't have to wake up at 4 a.m. So it's it's 5 days I wake up at 4:30 a.m. and then it's days I don't. But I get to enjoy it. But it is my baby birthday. She turns 13 years old on 9/5. So I think that is Monday. So happy birthday to my daughter Damaria. So I don't know what we doing yet.
You done set the standard kind of high, Joe. I don't know what you can do.
So yeah, like I said, I don't know.
Was she going to Ibiza or something?
So like she doesn't even like regular parties. I don't think she have once a month to say you can go on a trip or have a birthday party. she hasn't had a birthday party in probably like 8 years. So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, so that's what mom tell me, something good. Happy birthday to my little baby, man. And my auntie, she coming home today. So yeah.
Okay. Good. All right. That show tell me something good. All right, I got a few tell me something goods. One, I got over being swindled this week twice. I'm all good. Like, I just be like, really though? You did that to me? But it's like, you know, when people play you normally I blow up. Be like, let me tell you about yourself. Today I said, you know what? You don't say nothing, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just be like, okay, let's keep on moving, keep on rolling. But I know that was the revelation that came to me this week though. On Monday, it was an important moment in my life. I'm grateful for it, and I'm grateful for my blessings. Shout out to the Jack and Jill Magnificent Mile chapter. The Magnificent Mile chapter of Jack and Jill, they came by Obsidian and turned it out on last Sunday night. I was like, don't y'all mamas, don't y'all gotta go to work tomorrow? They was like, we the Real Housewives of Chicago. Shout out to them. They came through. And since then have been trying to support Obsidian to the fullest. So looking forward to having them back. College football this weekend. I cannot wait to watch the Notre Dame versus Ohio State in the first week. I mean, it's going to knock somebody out of national championship contention immediately. And then what's it? Oregon versus Georgia, right? But that's not the real game. The real game is the Bolingbrook Raiders versus. Don't be mad because the Kankakee.
Simeon got like I don't know, Maze. I think I might.
You coming? You coming to talk some smack? You on Simeon's side?
I might be on Simeon's side.
I want you to be. I want you to.
Because they got a really good running back, and I googled it. He
Did you see our
number one in the state.
Did you see our quarterback
in the nation?
Did you see our quarterback? He's not the number one running back in the nation.
He's amongst.
Okay. Did you see our quarterback? Freshman.
He black or white?
Black. Come on, it's Bolingbrook, Joe. We were the originators of the black quarterback. In 1989, Lloyd Kerr led us.
Ruthie, he is white people life. What we say earlier? What we say?
My great white football life.
He got a great white football life. Okay, you see him on the blind side. Okay, you see him. You see him
on the blind side. What's that movie with Cuba Gooding? I can play ball, coach.
Radio.
I never saw Radio.
You ain't seen Radio?
I don't be watching cornball movies.
Okay, yeah, don't
watch.
I can play ball, coach.
No, I don't watch cornball movies. Let me see. Bolingbrook Raiders versus the Simeon Wolverines. Let's go out there, y'all. Let's have a good time. Let me just also say this. As much smack as I've been talking, I'm really just talking smack to the alums. I am super proud of all of our young people that get out on the field and play. The kids that are playing the game and they ain't playing it through their phones. So I want to support all of our young people. I'm very proud of them. That stated, we owe y'all from downstate. So go Raiders, honor the Raiders. Tracy Bay, friend of the show, significant other of our good friend Tyrone Muhammad. Today at 5 o'clock, we'll be making a major announcement. Look like she running for the 4th Ward Alderman.
All right now.
So shout out to Tracy Bay. She ran last time, but now that this is an open seat, I think she's really got a shot at it. And then finally, Serena Williams tonight. Watch the game. Does the Sky play tonight too? Okay. See, go Sky.
Tomorrow.
Come on, Sky. Tomorrow.
If they win something?
No, they
in the semifinals, so they have to. It's currently tied 1-1. They're going to Connecticut to play the Suns, and if they have to, so it's the best out of 5. So they have to.
Then they go to championship.
Right, get one there, and then they play the championship.
That's because they changed the rules because they was too good, right? That's why they got to do all this extra games.
Well, they added the extra games to add the extra teams, and you know how they will. But it's okay.
We know they didn't add it for revenue though.
I thought we was gonna tell me something good.
We go Sky.
They did add it for revenue. It was 9. I think we get to see 9 more playoff games. So that's more money.
A lot.
You know,
C-Mains,
more money.
Go Sky. More money. Why they got a TV deal?
Brittany Grinders.
They got a TV deal.
All playoffs will be played on ESPN.
Too.
Come on now.
ESPN and ESPN2. They on both. Yes.
Go Sky. Go Sky.
Yeah.
Go Sky. Monday Night Football play on there. And then Serena Williams though. I was watching her and Venus last night.
It took a tough one. Yes.
That was a tough one, but look, and it was like, I'm sorry that we beat them, but we're happy. And the people was like, boo, boo, boo. Like yesterday though was so dope when they walked off the court, cause it was like big sister, little sister still. Like it was like when you watch the movie. And it was like Venus was the big, the tall sister, whatever. And so she was like, she led the way off the court, and Serena was following behind her with her bag. It was dope. I was like, y'all, hold on, all this money and y'all got to carry your own bags.
That's a part of I think the tradition though.
I think so too. Like when you got to walk when you playing golf.
And that's just nothing but marketing and advertising for their sponsors. So I carry my bag too.
Man,
my $1 million bag.
Serena was like, she had on all her jewelry.
I need me a billionaire husband like Serena.
Can't be on here saying what you saying. Then you see what she went. You gotta be
to get a great white life. I need a great white life.
Ruthie, I'm telling you, you get your white man quick.
I need a great white life, not just any old white man.
Get your, you
I need a great white life.
Go to Glencoe.
Glencoe.
Yeah.
Where is that at?
That's in the north. Like you find, I'm telling you, you go to Glencoe. You go to the bar, you go to one of them bar mitzvahs, you will be off. You'll be off the market in 2.2 minutes.
I'm gonna try.
And you got to educate.
Glencoe. Let me Google map it.
All right, y'all. This is the Mace Jackson Show. Ruthie from Glencoe, running around here with Ruthie. Ruthie, how many kids would you have? About 12.
And what?
Glencoe, you gonna?
As it takes for me to have a great white life.
Man, I can't come on this show no more. You trying to mess up my great white life.
Right. You mess up my great white life. Oh, my goodness. All right, y'all. This is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson.
Oh, Glencoe only 30 minutes north. Now with Winnetka. All right.
I'm telling you. You got the... you got a spitz.
Listen. Great white life.
Oh. All right, y'all. That is the goal. A great white life. You had a black great white life.
They do a skit on that.
You have a black great white life. Why, pardon me. Yes, I am me and my black great white life. All right. King Israel is reaching out to me because they want to get the Republicans on the air. Hey, man. Let me tell y'all something.
I took your email down.
Just let me say this. I feel all y'all bringing everybody. But somebody better start bringing some cash. Like, here go my thing. This is my thing. Right? Like, I'm already getting pimped by the mad Democrats, right? Who can come on and talk about things and never advertise but be like, man, this is for the people, so I do it. Now, I got black people want to bring Republicans who want the benefit of being at what's in it for the black people without ever advertising on black media. And the challenge becomes, it's like, we so mad. It's like, how mad are we? We so mad that we gonna let the other people come on for free. Like, so I'm gonna let everybody come on for free? I'm just saying. And it's not like I'm saying like,
y'all could give some love offerings or something.
I'm just saying we undervalue our own stuff. We know the value of it and then take it to other people and be like, yeah, like your value, like the reason that he has an opportunity is because of you, right? But you can't, I don't say don't pay such and such. I'll be like, man, he great, but you know it's what it costs. And they be like, what the Republicans think is you so mad that they should just be able to come in and then whack on everybody and they do the same thing.
And we know y'all got the bread.
It
don't even cost that much, for real.
You know you got the bread. Everybody want me to, like, I'm just telling you. It's funny to me.
Get on here. Which Republican?
The slate. Like, I'm gonna say this.
You talking about my man Dan Bailey? Him?
Israel And all our brothers, there's a lot of brothers that have decided that they're not going with JB. I'm okay with that. But y'all got to start telling them they got to allocate a budget. It's like everybody want the black people for free and then pay everybody else. Like advertise. Like usually you get, you know how I work in real radio?
I do. I worked in radio for a couple of years.
You don't get no interview.
Maze, nobody wouldn't even ask that because they know how it go.
You don't get an interview unless you got some ads on. It's the promotional value.
People know.
No. So then if you know, then you pimping me.
I don't know what you heard about me.
But you can't get a commercial out of me.
I'm keeping all my money from JB.
Because I'm a mother
PIMP. That Fendi, that product. Look, don't get me started. All right, y'all. So, you know, I got much love for my guys, right? And so I'm going to always give you the props. But, like, we got to create some sort of synergy in this world. It's like all the black people be having issues. Mm-hmm. They want to come tell me about the issues because they know that people listen, but they don't never support me. And when I say me, I'm saying the platform, right? Like, here we go. The platform is now 2 years old. And you got to ask yourself, how many issues have we raised here? How many things that we have done here that have kicked in the door or opened up something? Or how many times have we opened a door that people have walked through and then closed the door behind themselves without ever saying, yo. Right?
All the time. It's like getting pimped.
So it's like, you know, I fought on the cannabis industry thing. I'm all good with that, right? Mm-hmm. But I also say, like, yo, there is a cartel that is screwing black people, literally. I be the crazy one. Everybody else be like what he said, and then they get to walk through the door. Mm-hmm. Like, we got straight up to my legislators, right? Like, y'all, this cannabis thing is bogus, completely. Mm-hmm. And because nobody will say anything, because everybody's scared if you say something, then you're going to get cut out some more. How many times do we have to be quiet only? Like, here's my problem. If I don't say nothing, they still whack me. If I say something, they whack me. Black people be like, what he said, they whack me, open up a door, and then black people walk through it and then don't ever say, hey, mate, like, get my back. You ain't got to be the tip of the spear. But don't be like, help us, help me. And then be like, we never knew you. It's crazy to me.
It's offensive.
It does. It does. It's like, what do we value? Like, what do we have of value in our marketplace? And I was just thinking about the privilege of somebody sitting in that chair. Not because of me or anything else. But realistically, Ruthie, we have the biggest morning social digital platform audience. Find somebody that's beating us. Live. Find them. Understanding that we know that all the influencers listen because they be texting us during the show. Nobody says, except Willie Wilson is smart enough to say, let me advertise there.
And the rates ain't that much. And to everybody that be advertising on them other stations that we be hearing them ads.
Yeah, I thought the Eagle Man had some rates. Come check us out.
Right. And I'm going to be like, here, let me.
I'm Dr. Willie Wilson, and I approve this message.
2021 marked Chicago's deadliest year in a quarter century. Crimes and gang-related violence continue to increase year over year.
Since he's the only one who want to advertise.
Switcher is up.
I'm Dr. Willie Wilson, and I approve this message.
2021 marked Chicago's deadliest year in a quarter century. Crimes and gang-related violence continue to increase year over year. We can stop this violent cycle by implementing trade schools for young adults, former inmates, and other Chicagoans to learn valuable skills, providing opportunity, education, and economic empowerment. Choose Dr. Willie Wilson as mayor so we can keep Chicago safe together.
I approve this message.
That's not an endorsement, but what that is smart early investing. Because I'm going to tell you, it's going to get to a point, and then y'all going to be calling and talking about, can I get on the show?
Maze, can I get on the show?
I'm here. I'm going to tell you what's in it for the black people. All right. Put your money where your mouth is. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people?
Okay.
It's gay. If you don't like it, so for Maze, Riis, and Ruthie, I am the host, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Nigga, you gay.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us